Salutations, salutations, everyone. Thank you once again for coming on my platform. I do appreciate that. So, as you know, I have another special guest in the building. I've just been blessed abundantly these last few months with so many magnificent people that will make the time to come through for little old me. So, I have to make sure I have my bra on, so I'll be able to show my gratitude even more and make sure that I present myself and present to you an actress, entrepreneur, content creator like myself, and she does a lot of content creating on and that's how I got became familiar with this next guest because she does reviews on the Country Wayne skits. So for those who are not familiar with the Country Wayne sketch, which unless you was born under a rock, but I'm gonna tell you anyway, Country Wayne is a well-renowned comedian, and he's had been putting up these skits on YouTube and on Facebook for the past few years now, and they all have their own separate storylines. There are so many different actors and actresses that Wayne has given an opportunity to, and so those opportunities um, went on towards a lot of the YouTube content creators because now YouTube has a Country Wayne skit sector, I should say. It's like Country Wayne sector, So I've been interviewed with Deontay Review. Shout out to Deontay. Shout out to O'Neill TV. Please make sure you check out those interviews as well. So this is once again another content creator that has been doing reviews on the Country Wayne skits as well. But also, again, she's also in the lane by herself with her acting, um, her career as a business owner, her content creation, but also just life in general. So I'm looking forward to speaking to our next guest today, and that is she goes by the name of Kathy Yvette, y'all. Hey, Kathy Yvette, how are you? How are
I'm
you?
fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you just
Okay.
fine. We are just fine. I mean, we had some audio and visual technical difficulties backstage, but
Yay.
we got it together. We got it
All
together.
right. All right.
Yeah, we got it, Kathy. We got it.
I
But thank
love
you
it.
so much again for being here. For
Thank
little old me.
you.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll have more people coming on. I'm sure they will. If not, they can catch the replay. Thank you, Matthias Wellbrooks for Wellbrock. Yeah, thank you so much. We are fine. We are fine. Thank you, Matthias. We appreciate you being here. But yeah, but Miss Kathy Yvette. So
Yes.
so I want to get into the backstory. I always like to start in the beginning. Before you
Hmm.
became this actress, content creator,
Hmm.
before you became the entrepreneur, the business owner that you are, before you started
Right.
a family, you were in a class by yourself. So I want to get more of your upbringing. Two parent household, single parent household, siblings, cousins. I want to get into the nitty gritty of that. Where you were born,
Yes.
where you were raised. So
Yes.
can you start there, please?
Yeah. Grew up a sister from Jersey girl
Mm.
from Patterson, New Jersey. Yeah. Family. My mom, dad, my brother. Have stepsisters. Um, Yeah, definitely working, grinding, strong family household. My dad passed away maybe 10 years ago, so I'm still
Mm.
blessed with my mom, me and
Condolences.
my brother. And yeah, so yeah, growing up in Jersey, I was always tried to be, that girl who was, always giving, tried to um uplift people, try to stay positive,
Okay.
grind. I learned that from my dad being a provider, hard worker. My mom, same thing. So, it always been whatever you put your mind to, you can basically do it. So growing up in high school, typical, life in the inner city of P-Town, past New Jersey. You mentioned acting, but yeah, my first is so funny because my love for acting started ever since I was little. I
Yes,
was
that's
glued to
still
the
there.
TV. My mother,
Yeah, that's
my
still
mother
there.
was like,
Yeah.
"You gonna
Yeah.
blind yourself? Get out front of the
Oh,
TV." But
mhm.
a lot of times I saw that because until my brother is a 7-year age gap, so I was very one who basically like to do things on my own, alone. TV, in life, I was always a dreamer. It's probably the Pisces in me. always dreaming of
Mhm.
something. I see actors and actresses on TV. I can do that. I can do that. But one thing about TV and movies is they let you feel things, whether
Yeah,
you going
okay.
through highs and lows
Mhm.
in life, you go through different struggles. There was times when I wanted to be somewhere else, do something else. um just different periods, you going through emotions, as a young child and as a teen. That was my way of escape. Seeing
Yes,
people
yes.
do certain things, it was like, okay, I can do that. If anybody was going through certain struggles and you feeling alone, and watch certain shows, it's like it was encouragement for me. It made me aware of a lot of things. It taught me a lot of things. It just really drove me, and you didn't feel like you were by yourself. So when it lifted me up during down times, especially as you get older, you feel, I'm like, I want to do that because I want to do that for somebody else. With how those people did on that screen in that box, it wasn't just entertainment for me. It was almost like a way of growing, not so much
Right.
with your parents, is raising you too. That's why you got to really be mindful as to what you feed your children on TV, because it can raise them to a detriment, or it can be a positive. But for
Absolutely.
me, it brought out a lot of positive things, but it made me dream, and that's how I always been. But then life happens, growing up, certain ambitions. I went to college. um I was blessed to be really self-aware as I got older into my 20s. Um, I came, across Islam and the teachings of the Most High Elijah
Mm,
Muhammad with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and
mm,
that gave me, that grounded me to a lot of knowledge of self, and
okay.
that confidence and awareness, and not so much just on spirituality, but who I was as a Black woman. So once I became familiar with that and grew into that
Mm,
within the Nation of Islam, that really helped with a foundation that you need to really confront any obstacle that comes your way. And
okay.
it really taught me to, whatever you set your mind to, once you're grounded in that faith, that will really catapult you to anything. Like, you can really face a lot of challenges and things that have come my way through divorce. I've
Mm,
been divorced maybe close to, it's been a while. It's been close to about over
mm,
16 years. But through that was another challenge in my life. But
absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
that foundation helped me to be like, you still worthy, Kathy. You still, that love may come again. You focus on your children. And that's how I started getting into really working. I started a travel business at home, and I
Mm,
said that's what my focus is gonna be: getting my children through
okay.
school. My oldest was already, out of the house. He was with my mom, and then my middle one, he went to college. So my focus on that to help this business to get him through school. So with prayer and that faith, that's why I love your channel, Faith is Substance. You can't do anything without that, and ground it. So, I really thank you for this platform, sis, and I'm humbled that you would invite me on, because that's really what I stand for. And I try to be positive, whether it's on my platform for content creating or just general things I try to put on social media, because life is life. And we
Yes.
see that every day. And if
Yes.
we don't stay grounded and know our worth, know what we're capable of, know that God has all the tools that we have to conquer anything, but we have to have that belief in him and have that as the center, because that got me through so much. Whether you're going through divorce like I did, or whether you're just trying to just figure life out, because now over 50, there's certain things when you may start to feel down on yourself. You feel, oh, why didn't I make this marriage work? Like, not only did I
Of
disappoint
course.
myself and my children,
Mhm.
I also let God down with those vows, and I had to shake a lot of that off. And even though even if we try to be women of faith, it still gets us sometimes, and we have to
Mhm.
keep reminding ourselves. So that's what I did because of my faith. I'm like, you know what? You got to pivot. You got to readjust things. And now, going through sometimes menopausal stuff. That was a whole that was a whole nother outlet. But I'm like, you can, especially when COVID hit, it made me evaluate a lot of different things. It made me see how life is too short, a lot of losses that really got me down. I'm like, Kathy, you got your children to a certain point. now they're adults and you got to focus on you, because a lot of times, with my work in the community and doing a lot of advocacy stuff and, really trying to stay grounded and encouragement and building up, our people, it's sometimes you do all of this and then sometimes you forget yourself. And I
Yes.
said, now at this point in my life, Kathy, it's time to do you. And my daughter, she's a theater major. She was a theater major in high school. She's an actress as well. And I said, I'm going to be, I didn't do that, what I wanted to do, because my background is in law. I've been working, to back up a little bit, I've been working in law and government.
Oh,
I
wow.
started, in municipal government when I was young. It's been like over 30 years. And when I started in my 20s, when I had my first son, I was in municipal government for 11 years. Then I went on to county. I was a drug court investigator, clerk. Now I'm legal assistant with the public defender's office. So I have that, and I'm looking towards retirement so I could focus 100% on my acting and things that I love to do. So that pivot made me really not think about acting too much. I don't want to try to get off subject, but that made me get off of that. And but then during COVID, when I was rethinking things, as I said, my daughter, I said, well, I let that part go. I'm like, maybe that ship has sailed. And I'll be like a momager to my daughter, and I'll be work vicariously through her. And she was like, no, Mom. I helped her with her backstage, account or whatever. And because that was something, acting was always something that still never left me, regardless of what I did in life. It was still one of those things that's still burning you. And I heard someone say once, if you still go to sleep and what you're thinking about doing nearly brings you to tears or makes you cry, that's something you should be doing. So pursue that, because I was young. I always wanted to be in plays. It was something in me, but you think that I'm old now, that's over with.
Right.
But my daughter was like, no, Ma, you support me. I'm going to support you. Open you up an account too. So she was my cheerleader that I didn't have when I was young. My mother knew that was something I wanted to do. But back then, in the early days, you had to you hear Taraji P. Henson talk about, I had $700. I left DC area and took my child and packed. I'm like, listen, I don't have that. I don't have money. I don't have that support. So it was difficult back then, but now it's a little bit easier to get into. Number one, you have a lot of more Black directors and producers, writers. There's so many platforms now. You have all the different streaming services. So acting has now did a whole different dynamic.
It has.
And it makes it a little more open for us to act or create our own programming that we want to see. So that encouragement from her really made me go at it. And one thing I want to say to the audience, if you listening, if you want to do something, a lot of times God is just waiting on you to make that move if it's something you need to do, because this was maybe the end of 2022. And I was like, because I had, we was going through COVID. I had that COVID nearly wiped me out, and I prayed like never before. That was like, I was in a hospital for almost a week. It was really a scary thing. This was the end of 2021. Then I had to turn around in 2022 and have a knee replacement, and I was out of work with that for like over 4 to 5 months. So it was a lot going on that time that really shook me and made me look at life differently.
Absolutely.
And so I was like, I'm going through it. I don't know how much. I got more years probably behind me than in front of me. So before I leave this earth, I don't want no regrets. So the minute I made up my mind, it was like, I think I got on Instagram or something. I found out about a Newark International Film Festival. And I was like, now I worked in Newark for years. My mom was in Newark, all of that.
But bookmark that, Kathy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you up, but bookmark that. Yeah, because we'll get to all of that. I want to get into all of that because I want to get into your journey. I want to get to your journey separate, but of course, but I'll let you go because I wanted you to set the precedence of what we're going to discuss. So what you did there was great, and I really appreciate all that you said. You dropped some gems.
Good.
Because what you did was you kind of helped me here because you gave me a bullet point of all of the things we're going to be discussing. So we're gonna unpack all of that.
Right.
So thank you for those bullet points that you gave me.
Okay,
so
good.
That. That's why I said, let me let you keep going.
Because I didn't know how much you wanted, because sometimes I could go on. So I'm glad you stopped me.
Yeah, that's why I said no, because I know when I kind of time it, because I said, let me let you cook for a little while, because like I said, you basically kind of you set the foundation for me. So thank you for that. So yeah, I appreciate that. But so with that, all that being said, I want to go back to your childhood, because you mentioned about your dad passing away and that you had
Mhm.
step siblings. So I want to get more into your family
Mhm.
structure.
Okay.
Who we married? Um,
Huh?
who we married? Because you said you had stepbrothers or stepsisters. You said something
Oh
about
yeah,
step.
yeah. I have stepbrothers and stepsisters. Yeah, for my
So your
stepdad
mom
basically
remarried.
raised me. Right.
So yeah, okay. So so when your dad was alive, you saying that, so was he a part of your life, present in your life consistently?
My biological dad had died when I was 7, and my
Oh,
stepdad had married my mom since I was 5.
oh,
So
got
he's
you.
been like basically my dad that I
Oh,
knew.
you
Yeah.
my
So
dad.
he's the one who
Okay.
passed away 10 years ago.
Oh,
I
got
was
you, got
raised by
you.
him. Hmm.
Okay. And so now how many biological do you have any biological siblings as well?
Yeah, me and from my mom is me and my brother.
Okay.
And yeah, and then I have stepsisters. Well, one passed away during COVID, and I have one that's here still alive in Jersey. And a
Okay.
stepbrother that's down in North Carolina. So yeah.
Okay. So now and you y'all was all close knit? All close knit
Me and
family.
my stepsister and yeah, my biological brother, yeah, we were pretty close. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we were all still in the same, yeah, we all lived in the same town. We always had kept contact with me and my stepsister. We connect every day. So yeah, we grew up together basically.
Good, good. Okay.
Yeah.
And so what was it like, growing up in that household at the time? Like I said, we still talk about childhood, right?
Hmm.
So and you said that your mom has always been like a support system for you, like she's been like your pillar and your stepfather as
Hmm.
well. So can you tell me at the tender age, like I said, I'm stuck on childhood. So as a
Hmm.
child, what are some of the things that were instilled in you as a child that you still carry now?
Mm. Um, Being there for your family and
Hmm.
providing. Like I said, my dad was a big provider. My mother was a hard worker. She worked in a factory, and ever since she came up here from South Carolina, I think right after, not too long after high school, like 19, she came up. She worked into a factory for years, over 20 years, and then
Wow.
that factory closed its doors on her. If you ever know, what was that picture with
Yeah,
Angela
yeah.
Bassett and them, and her Latino friend was Sofia
Yes,
Vergara, and they
yes,
closed the door on that. And when they went to work,
yeah, Meet the
that's
Browns,
what
yeah,
happened to them. Yeah, in
yeah,
Passaic, New Jersey,
that's
factory,
horrible.
the
Yeah,
job closed,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's like, what are they gonna do? But she went and took some business classes, and she was blessed to get a job at probation, and so she fought through
mm,
that. When it comes
okay,
to dealing with obstacles, she got her clerical skills because all she knew was factory work, got some clerical training, and yeah, she was blessed to get a job with the county, and she worked in the child support division for probation
and
in
what about your
Passaic
dad?
County. And she stayed and worked for probation until the time she retired. And yeah, so she did that. But and dad, he was a Simonizer doing cars at Brogan's Cadillac in Oldsmanville and Patterson.
Mhm,
So he was a Simonizer till he retired. But I think he only went up to maybe 10th grade or whatever in North Carolina.
mhm,
And so he always said I wasn't, he was street smart. He said I might not have a whole lot of education,
right,
but dad
absolutely,
was dad was a rock to the family because he kept that
absolutely,
sense of humor that I love. He was a go-getter, like to crack jokes and just enjoy life to the bitter end. So that who brought the laughs in the house when it came to dad,
yeah,
and mom was like that. She was like rough. My brother, he seemed to have
firm,
got away with much. It was a gap in between us. And sometimes me and my mom growing up was like oil and water.
mm,
But sometimes, I learned to have understanding because you know how moms and daughters can sometimes be.
yes,
That can be
yes, I
there were
know,
things
or
or treatment from her that I may not have liked, but then I'm like, I don't know. I try to empathize. Like, I don't know how she grew up. I don't know what
mhm,
went on in her house. A lot of times old school, they don't share a whole lot of that dynamic where you get to know them. They bury a lot of stuff. I found out a lot of stuff from my aunt, her sister, who I was really, really more closer to her growing up, my mom's sister. My Aunt Shirley, who to this day, love her to death. But that we had a better bond because she was more open and talked a lot more with me than me and my mom. Still love my mom, growing up when I was young, we played little games and stuff like that together, but it wasn't that relationship that I really wanted from my mom,
right,
that
right,
I had with my aunt. And so even growing up, that was still like a battle and a struggle. My mom, your mother's your mother, your parents, they may have their ways, but you still love them and you try to
Of
work
course.
through it as much as you can.
So would you come to
Therapy has helped a lot with that as
oh,
well.
great, great. No,
hmm
that's great too, but I was gonna ask you, so what did you come to find out, because you said you had a better understanding as far as when it came to your relationship with your mom and how it could be tested at times, so and you said that your aunt has shared, some, things with you, so what
Yeah,
have you
like things growing
learned?
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like with my biological dad and certain things that I didn't know. Like they had worked
Mhm.
together. He was a supervisor with her at work. It was just like intricate things, even with him that wasn't shared with me. But my aunt had revealed. But you never know the reasons why certain things, or maybe my mother felt ashamed of certain things she didn't want to talk about growing up. Like I said, it probably her own childhood issues. So certain things you may not get answers on. You just learn
Right.
to accept and work around it as best you can. Because we all going through things in life that make us who we are. My mother, I know she always has that caring, open, good side. There may have been struggles with me, but it can be rooted maybe in her relationship with my biological dad and then certain
Mhm.
things with her growing up. So,
Right.
that's what you learn, just to how to deal with it and maneuver better, and just learn some things to just accept, especially as they get older. Cause I'm like, there's still so many great things between me and my mom's relationship. And I don't know how much longer I'm gonna have her. So I can't
Mm,
dwell on things that
wow.
may have
Yeah,
hurt me in
yeah,
the past. When it
right.
comes to her, I just, have to value the time that we have now.
Absolutely,
hmm
absolutely. So, but, I don't wanna and I know I don't wanna dwell on it, but I just wanna, kind of add one more thing.
hmm
I wanna know this, in regards to, how you felt at that time,
mm
like type of relationship you had. Did you ever have that in-depth, candid conversation with your mother while she's here? So I think it's important to have that. Did that was that discussed with her at all?
there's certain things on. I haven't told her overall all the ways that she had made me feel as I was coming up, but I did
Just
have
let you know.
conversations on things that I recall she may have said or did, and there's times when she just like denied it all, and I'm
Mm,
like, "Ma,
yeah,
I know
yeah.
what I said," and it's that whole denial thing. So
Yes,
I'm like, I'm
yes.
not gonna get the truth. So, I don't know if she doesn't remember, or she just it's just something she don't want to accept that
She
she
wants
did.
to yes.
Because then a lot of
Mhm.
times growing up, it was like, "Ma, you're not perfect." And it's like she
Yes.
wanted to put herself on this certain pedestal, or, as if, she was always big on her looks and she was always
Uh,
popular in
oh,
school. And there
image,
was
oh,
certain
image.
things that she did.
Mhm.
And it was really interesting, not to play down on my mom or something, but it just made me think. One year my stepsister was like, your mother, like certain things she said in an argument, and my stepsister sometimes would stay with us when her and her boyfriend would get into an argument. Then she'd come to
Mhm.
stay with us for a while. She was like, I don't know. Miss Virginia, she act like she jealous of you or whatever. And I'm like, and I
Mm.
felt kind of like
Mhm,
insulted by that, because I'm like, how would a
mhm.
mother, why would you
Oh,
say that with a
yeah,
mother with a child? And
yeah,
and I
yeah.
know this is another dynamic, because now
No,
this is
it's
in a subject where how mother and daughters could be.
yes, yes.
And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, because I guess from the outside, then looking in, she was, she saw it from a different unbiased view. And I'm like, because even then you start to think as you grow up, like it was like, a lot of accomplishments and things I did. I wanted my mother to be more excited, or I wanted her to be there more in support. And she wasn't. Like, my aunt was sure for some things, but she wasn't. And I'm like, a- as I got older, I'm like, sometimes you see things maybe in your children that you didn't get to
You get
accomplish,
yes, yes,
and
yes,
you feel now a little resentment by that for your child.
yes,
It's not like you mean to, but it's
yes,
sparking up something with you. So I said it's more her that
yes,
she's
yes,
wrangling with
yes.
than a dislike for me, or what I'm doing. It's like, what if, or I wish I did. And she always, still think of herself and reminisce with, and back in the days and things she wanted to do. But when I go, I guess she see me accomplishing that regardless of what, through divorce or whatever, I'm gonna do what
Yes,
it
yes,
is that I want to accomplish, because I feel I can do it. And maybe I saw it as that she didn't
yes.
get to do things
Mm,
that she wanted to do,
wow.
and it made her
Yes.
look at me some kind of
Yeah,
way.
you
I
know what? I'm
mean,
glad
it's
you brought that up. I'm so glad you said that, Kathy.
yeah.
I want to give it assert something here because
Mhm.
it's just so, and I'm sure that this resonates with so many people.
Mm.
That parents tend to resent or
Right.
feel intimidated by their own children, and it
By
happens
their own
because
children.
they want to live vicariously through their children. And so, a lot of times, I don't know if this was your mom, but a lot of times there are parents that even put down their children, like, "Oh, you're not gonna,
Mhm.
you can't do that. What that's
Right.
not you're not gonna make. That's not a real job. That's not realistic. You can't accomplish that."
Been
But
through
they
that.
never had to. Or when you mentioned about divorce and you were able to persevere after divorce, our ancestors never got to do that.
Oh,
They were not
no.
strong enough to do that because even now to this day, there are not a people nowadays, especially in the church, that feel like when you divorce, oh my God, that's frowned upon. That is
You
like
gotta stay there and
that's
do that
so like right. You have
and
to
deal with it.
divorce.
Right.
It's like the Antichrist. Divorce is a
It
no-no.
you stay there and put up with all
You are
kinds of
quitter.
abuse like you
You are
supposed
runner.
to.
You are quitter. That's why I always say that, people, as much as people want to throw out unconditional love, there is no such thing.
No.
Okay,
No.
I'm glad you agree because it's
Yeah.
not. You can't. There's no way that you can't add conditions to
It
love,
is, and divorce is
whatever. You
something
got it.
that,
Yeah.
of course, like I've learned, Allah God may hate divorce or whatever because
Right.
of course you want to go, he wants you to stand firm on the vows you did, but it's still allowed because once it
You're
starts to
right.
interfere with your faith or starts to turn
Right.
you away from
Yes.
whatever it is that whether what Christianity, whether Islam, whatever, Judaism, whatever your faith is, and that turmoil is wrecking you because at the end of the day you got to be accountable for yourself. It's
Right.
destroying your faith
Mhm.
and it's breaking you down or pulling you away from the most high anyway. It's time to
Yes.
let that go.
That's what I'm saying. I think
He
that
will
God would
forgive you. He
right.
will
God
forgive
put
you and move
those
on.
exactly. But that's the thing about when you say God hates right, understandable. But
Right.
however, it depends on whether you made the decision to marry someone based on what your conformity, like what you conform
Right.
to, or
Right.
what you conform to what God wants for you. Because
Right.
He put certain things in your path, certain red
Mm-hmm.
flags in your to make you understand, okay, this is not where I need to be. This is not
No.
who I'm not supposed to be with because
No.
you made that decision on your own. Now it had nothing to
Right.
do with God. That decision that you made to marry somebody or be involved with someone that you're not supposed to be involved with, not
Mm-hmm.
equally yoked, whatever you want to say, that wasn't designed by God. That
Yeah,
wasn't
and that,
placed
that
by
might not
God.
have been a
That was
union
by
he
your
wanted for you.
desire. Right.
Right.
That was by your desire,
That was
what you
me.
conform
Right.
to. Right. That's your
Yes,
own
ma'am.
decision.
I
So
agree.
you have to, if you stay stuck somewhere, you're blocking your blessings, honey. You're blocking your blessings, sweetie.
Yeah, because you may be
Yeah.
holding up who God really got for you. So let
Yeah.
that go. Let that poison
Let's
go.
go.
Because it'd be like a
Exactly.
cancer eating you up. You gotta let it go.
Eating you alive.
And
Yes.
many
So
have suffered
yes.
parents and grandparents for years.
Yes.
And you knew your husband was rolling
Yes.
all over the place with
Whole
people
nother
that you
family.
with
Hmm.
family. I went through
Hmm.
ancestry.com and was finding names that I heard relatives down south mention certain family names. And I'm
Yes.
like, why is this name in my
In your
family
birth
tree? And then
cemetery.
when I brought it to
Mhm.
them, it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know nothing. And I'm like, oh, it will be revealed.
Oh, yes.
It was stuff that's been
Truth
going
comes out.
on and y'all ignored it.
Yeah, truth comes out, so I'm proud of you and congratulations on stepping out on faith
Thank you.
and understanding your assignment and knowing that God sees
Hmm.
what's better for you. So, yeah, so I'm glad that you did not
Yes, ma'am.
adhere, didn't adhere to the cycle of toxicity,
You can't. Right,
that you
right.
go
At
through.
the end
So,
of
yes,
you
so
you gotta live for
congratulations
your
on that.
happiness. It's
Yeah,
you
so
only one
hopefully,
life you got to
yes.
live, and you have to
Mhm.
go out there and do your best. You know,
So make
treat
that better.
people try
Mhm.
right, but the first thing
Mhm.
is with yourself.
You gotta start with self,
It
yes.
got to start with self. You can't
Self-care.
love nobody unless you
Yeah,
learn to love and respect and honor you.
yeah, self-care is such a broad
Self
spectrum.
care is so
It's a
real.
yeah, it is so
We
real
don't love ourselves enough. Yes,
enough
ma'am.
at all. So, yeah, that kind of okay, so that's speaking volumes to how your mom may have been
Hmm.
struggling or, struggling with
It's a
certain
struggle.
life forces. So, yeah, so thank you for sharing that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but I wanna, go back into the childhood again, but I wanna get more into the elementary and junior high school level.
Mm.
I like to get into those stories. I like to hear about Look, nobody talks about elementary and junior high. They go
I
to
know,
college.
I
I
know.
want to know about
Yeah,
elementary and junior
that
high.
has highs
Yeah.
and lows.
So tell me about them.
But I mean, elementary school, like I said, I was always one to want to make friends. And I remember I can go my long-term memory real good. Sometimes better than my short term.
Okay, okay.
But I remember it was this girl named Rosemary in kindergarten, and she had the little cat glasses or whatever. Because I never was one to like anybody to be picked on or bullied and all that.
Yeah.
Even though I went through that a little. But she, was like kind of meek, what they would call like homely, like. But I wanted to befriend her because I didn't see anybody else trying to be friends with her. And I just remember to this day. And I always wondered, it came to my mind, I wonder whatever happened to Rosemary. But I remember she was in my class. And so that was me, always trying to give or help, trying to make people, feel good. There was times in elementary school I was teased or whatever. You don't feel until I came into myself as I got a little older, then your body, your shape, you get a little whatever. But children could be mean. They were like, oh, pancake face and all these kind of little names and whatever make you like feel some kind of way about yourself, and you try to like brush it off because I knew I had my smarts. I knew I was an honor roll and principal list student. So I let those academics and my accomplishment kind of brush off that other little stuff, always stay like in top grade classes. So education was something that was huge for me. And I always tried to be, I was always one to self-motivate myself. Because if I didn't get it from others, like there were some teachers that wasn't so much like that. Like to this day, my fourth grade teacher, it's a difference between my third and fourth grade teacher. And why sometimes it hurts me when I think about it today, because she was Black. I know. And she was my first Black teacher. So the third grade teacher, like she had bought this collection of books that was like, on a different level. And she had me and Eric in the class. Like we was in charge of this book section, our reading and multiplication level or whatever was really high.
Who's Eric, your brother?
And so,
who's Eric? Your brother?
Oh, Eric was a boy in my class.
Oh, okay.
So we were both like really smart.
Okay.
So yeah, so we were like in charge of the book section. And she just was so uplifting and like empowered me so way. To this day, Miss Leonard, I always went, where is Miss Leonard? I would love to find her. I can't even find her because back then we ain't know for children the first names. I can't even get to searching for her.
Oh yeah,
all I knew was Miss Leonard.
Yeah, that's true.
So then fourth grade wraps around. Miss Gorman. Now here she go. I remember we had to do write a story. She wanted us to write a little story. We was writing a story. Now I did a story about animals in the forest. Remember, we used to have in elementary school that big paper that we used to write cursive letters on, and it was like a line, and it was a dotted line and all that. So she had gave us that, and we was writing a story on the animals. So I was like, my imagination was always big. I love to write. I used to write poetry in the 6th grade. I would write story. So I would love to write. And I said, I guess it was too good for her. I went to turn it in. She told me, where's the book you got this from?
Oh.
It always reminded me of that story with Malcolm X when the teacher told him, he couldn't be nothing else than what.
Oh.
That crushed me so bad. I'm like, what book? Didn't you see me at the table?
Right, you see,
right? You saw I didn't write it out of no book. What a book at that I wrote it from? I got grown. I was grown and ran into Miss Gorman at a grocery store parking lot. The look I gave this woman, bro, she was like, hey,
Kathy, what you do?
Because my face, everybody said, don't change from when I was little.
Do, Kathy, what you do?
I was like, hi. What I don't know. I know the shade was coming. I know the shade was like, I don't know the expression on my face, but the fire from 4th grade came right back up.
Wow.
How dare you? Something I was so proud of. You thought I cheated and wrote it out of something. She was the only one that ever did this. I never forgot her. But yeah, so school I really love, because I love school growing up in elementary, typical things, little boyfriends and crushes and just life and just fun. We moved from one
crushes on boyfriends. What, you was hopping in the staircase too, Kathy?
Huh?
Oh,
no, I did sneak a kiss behind a book in a class with this one. They started.
You wasn't dry hopping in the staircase like
in elementary school. I remember we was behind a book in class, and he tried to sneak a kiss on my cheek, and he bought me this ring. I said he probably got it out of his mother jewelry box. She gonna kill him.
Bless his heart.
Little ring, it fit me. I had it on my finger. I'm like, oh, he liked me. Oh my God. All that cute stuff. It was oh my God, the stories. It was funny. Some of
Oh.
the stories being in school is crazy.
So that was so when you said that you never forgot that. So that's something about how she thought you was plagiarizing.
Fourth grade. Thought I was
Yeah.
plagiarizing in
Yeah,
fourth
I thought you
grade.
was plagiarizing. So like, okay, so I know you said that you were affected by that. So that carried on into, as you gotten older, like into junior high, or like,
Mhm.
so okay, so now
It
so
didn't have a
going
negative effect. I let it go, but
you like,
it's still
okay,
my drive. I still like to write. I still
okay.
excelled in school. So she didn't stop me in that way. It was just really an
It
insult,
was right, yes, of
but it
course.
didn't play. Yeah,
Understood.
it wasn't a detriment to
Yeah,
change
that was
anything. No.
hurtful. Yeah, that was hurtful.
Yeah, that was hurtful.
Do you think she meant to, like, let me ask you this. Did you think there was any maliciousness involved? Do you think she was meant to be malicious, or she just didn't really, because she didn't expect, a fourth grader to be so advanced, maybe? I'm just kidding, but
Right. And I think
play
she didn't
devil's
think, yeah, because
advocate.
I came from all
Yeah.
she had to do was talk to my third grade teacher. If she would, she would have, the other teacher, I told you she really encouraged that even more. She knew I was smart in that class. Maybe she never saw that from another student to write on that level. So
Mhm.
you didn't think it exists, but you don't say that to a student.
Yeah, yeah,
You
I
don't say that
understand.
to a
I
child.
understand. Yeah, I
Right.
just
Yeah.
sometimes, some of us, as even especially as adults, sometimes we don't have as much tact as we should.
Right.
So yeah, but I'm just trying to play the devil's advocate, and maybe she didn't mean any harm,
Yeah.
you
I don't
know.
know. She
Yeah,
might
you don't
not
know.
have to say it,
Yeah.
but Miss Gorman always had like this kind of mean, rough attitude.
Mm,
So she just came
mm.
off like that.
Okay, got you. Okay,
Yeah.
because you know better than I, so I was just
No,
trying to
yeah,
get the
yeah. So I
yeah.
don't know. That was a part of her personality, but I would have thought she would have thought better of me, but hey, yeah, maybe not.
Aw.
By
Yeah,
fifth grade, I was out of
that's
that
the cool
school.
part.
Then I went
Yeah.
on to a different school because we moved. So I went to another
You
district.
went
Yeah,
into
so I went
school.
to another school.
Okay. So going into junior high, so I know you said that you had your smarts, but did you go join any clubs? Were you in any extracurricular activities?
Play volleyball.
Volleyball. Okay, cool.
Yeah, played volleyball for 2 years. Then after a while, I was like, okay, I want to do that. But then yeah, just tried to do a lot of, school plays and performances. I remember we did a rendition of our American Music Awards. I don't know, they don't do American Music
Oh,
Awards no more. It
I
was
don't think
American
so.
Music Awards and the
Yeah,
Grammys, and then they
yeah.
stopped doing them. So we did our own rendition of that, and I had did Anita Baker, I did Sweet Love, I had the dress and whatever, because
Oh,
by then I was in high school. I mean, I worked
okay.
and at Macy's, and that black dress she wore in that video, we had the same exact dress we sold in Macy's. I started junior sportswear. So I said, I got the dress. I'm gonna return it when I'm finished. I got the dress.
Keep the
And I
tags on
did
like
that with Sweet
Catherine.
Love. It was
Yeah.
it, wa- it we that was a fun performance.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, back in the days with Menudo and Janet Jackson, we
Menudo.
did it just like the award show. You had
Wow.
those who was playing certain singers in the audience. They come up to get their award because during the school year we had voted on who out of this you want to win in all these categories. So then
Wow,
during
that's so
the
cool.
performance, we got to do it. So I was just one of the I didn't get an award, but I was one of the performances that they had for the night. And it
Oh,
was Janet
nice.
Jackson performed. Who else? It was the other performer, and yeah, that was Anita Baker.
Oh,
I had the
that is
haircut and everything.
cool. Oh, you had the haircut too? Oh, yeah, you wasn't playing. Oh, you was
I wasn't
yeah,
playing.
oh, wow, that is so cool. I
That was
like that.
fun. That was
I
fun.
like that. And
Yep.
so yeah, so what high school did you go to?
Passaic County Technical and Vocational High School in Wayne, New Jersey.
And
It was a
what was
Votech
your
high school where you
classification?
can do it was one of it's still a really great school. Like it was either Eastside High, and if any of you know Lean On
Yes,
Me with
Lean
Joe
On Me.
Clark,
Yes, yes.
that's when I did a background of Lean On Me when I became after I graduated from high school. They did Lean On,
Oh,
yep.
okay, we'll talk about that. You gotta talk
Yeah,
about
we'll
that.
talk about that. But
Yes,
that was
yes.
my so it was either that Kennedy was in another area. So if I didn't go to Tech, which was in another city, we got bused there. I would have went to Eastside. But Eastside was kind of rough then, just like you saw from the
Yeah.
movie. So I didn't want to do that. My grades were
Yes,
great enough.
right,
I got
right.
in. I was a business major. I wanted to take, learn to type and all that business stuff. So I took business occupations and went to Turk. That was my trade.
Oh, so it was your trade. Okay, because I was gonna ask
Hmm.
you that. Did you also get into the co-op program? You remember the co-op program where
Oh
you
no, I meant
go to school? Yeah.
Job Corps.
No, like when you go to school one week and I think the next week you go as a
Oh
job, you do
no, they once we got to at senior year,
senior year,
we
right?
would do what's
Right.
called co-op. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we took,
Mhm.
yeah, that was it.
Yes.
Part
Mhm.
of the would be our classes. In the afternoon after lunch, we go work.
Yes.
So
Yep.
I had worked in GAB business services. They did like insurance. So that was
Okay.
my
That was your
co-op job. Yep.
occupation.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yep.
And so did you were you still playing volleyball? Did you
Oh no, I did that
okay,
earlier
did it
in
earlier?
high school. Yeah, like freshman, part of sophomore year. That and then I stopped.
So did you doing anything else in high school? And
Um,
what are some of your memorable
no,
moments in
no
high school?
other clubs and stuff like that. No, I had just did that for sport. And just
Okay.
tried, to, stay in any programs or plays and stuff like that.
So what was your
I wanted to do play clarinet, but my mother ain't get me no instrument. I
right.
wanted I wanted to do that for whatever reason. I ain't get no instrument for her, so I ain't get to play flute or clarinet. But
So what's some of your other standout memories in high school?
oh, when I got with my oldest son father,
Oh,
that's when
that
that's when
stands
really
out. That
started looking
stands
at
out.
boys, right?
Okay.
That was junior year. So, but yeah, my first love. That's when everything else, shut down.
Yes,
That's probably the
yes.
reason why I didn't go away to college, worrying about some
Mm.
guy.
Yeah,
And I'm like thinking hindsight
my
2020 because
man. Mhm.
my man, I said, I'll just work, stay back here, go to school. I can't leave. Yeah, whatever. Because me and my girlfriend since elementary school, Kim, she was saying, we said, we going to UCLA. We going to
Oh,
UCLA. And
did she go?
my whole focus was to one day go to California
Yeah,
and
did
be
she
this
go?
big movie star. Huh?
Yeah, did she go?
No, she ain't win either.
She
We both,
had a man too?
she might have had a man too because she stayed back here in Jersey too. We was dreaming. Neither one of us went.
Oh wow.
I'm like, oh God, I
where'd
look
you end up
back like,
going?
girl,
Where'd you end up going? Where'd you go?
I wound up going to Passaic County Community College local, got my
Okay.
2 years associate in criminal justice there, then
Okay.
moved on to Rutgers University
Rutgers.
in Newark. So yeah, Rutgers grad, criminal justice.
Criminal justice. Oh,
Yeah.
and so what did you want to do with that? Criminal justice.
Because initially when I thought about it, I wanted to be a probation officer. I said, I'm gonna go on and be a
You
probation
wanted to be a
officer.
probation officer.
I want to be a probation officer. My mother worked at
accord?
probation. I like that. So I can start off as an investigator for a certain
Okay.
number of credits, then move up to a probation officer, then wind up. I was working with the city for 11 years. I was doing that, clerk typist. No. After high school, once I a little bit with that job I had on co-op, but
Okay.
then left there and then went to the courthouse and
Gotcha.
worked in special civil part as a docket clerk, helping people file papers and landlord and tenant.
Got
So
it.
that's when I had did the Lean on Me background
Oh,
because
yeah,
it was
talk
right
about it.
outside the courthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, they filmed right outside the courthouse, which was supposed to be City Hall. That scene with Robert Guillaume and Morgan Freeman, and that's how I got to meet them and had a talk with
wow.
Morgan Freeman on set. So that was one of
Oh,
my.
that's amazing.
That's what the first taste of actually sit down
So
talking to an
where
actor.
were you set? Like when you said that you said you're extra, right?
I was an extra. Mhm.
Where can we spot you? Can we spot you?
Oh, it was in a crowd. He came out. This was supposed to be the scene when he got out of jail. And the students was
Oh,
outside going, free
yes,
Mr. Clark.
yes,
And so we
yes.
was out there chanting like 2 days. We
Wow.
did that from the time we got out of work, like 5 on set. We filled out our little papers. They paid us $100. I never forget.
Ooh,
And went, and that was a lot, but shoot, back then, that was late
it
80s.
was.
And yeah, because it was 50, I think, a day for the 2 days. And then
Wow.
yeah, so we did it for 2 days. And it was literally till the sunset. Because as we was chanting in that crowd, the sun was just almost about to rise.
Okay.
It was like to 5 in the morning. So I literally went home, changed, and then started to get ready for work the next day and then come back out and do it again. Yeah, they had us like 12 hours. It was late into the night.
Wow.
Yeah, we did that. I'll never forget.
They used to call me Crazy Joe. Now
Yeah,
they call me
used to call me Batman. Joe Clark was no joke.
Yeah.
He played that.
Was he that
Yeah,
crazy
Morgan
though in
Freeman
real life?
played that.
Was it like that in real life? Was he really like? Because I know that
He didn't play. Yeah, chain the
Yeah,
doors from the
okay.
5 people. He
So
was
that was
whipping
true?
that school into shape, and he did.
Really?
He did. Then he moved on, and it was funny because then when I was in the mosque, we would go out and talk to those who at the juvenile detention center. And I got a picture with him with a certificate.
Wow.
Once we did the program, we would go in there and talk to the young girls. Some of the brothers would go and talk to the men, and we would talk to the young girls, and just about how they got there, their life, how they can do better. And Joe
Right.
Clark happened to be running the administrator
Oh,
of that Essex
okay.
County Juvenile Detention Center at the time. He had left East Side, went there, and then so I wound up still meeting, working with the real Joe Clark. You know, I don't go to
That
East
is
Side, but I met him
amazing.
through the detention center. Uh-huh.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
thank you for sharing that, Kathy.
yes.
Wow,
That was
that's funny. Yeah.
that was a highlight.
Yeah, so that was the start of something bigger, and we're gonna get into, but you
Mm-hmm.
still work for the government, so
Mm-hmm.
you still had a government job because you had bills, you had
Yeah. After
benefits,
that,
so you need that, you know?
yeah, the
Mhm.
courthouse. Then it was 1 year at this chemical factory, and after that, what came after that? Um, I went, so then I went to the city of Patterson, and I
I
was there
see.
for 11 years. City of
Okay.
Patterson, I worked there during the whole 9/11.
Mm.
Yeah, so
That
that
had
because
to
I
been rough.
started there in
That's
90
yeah. That's been
when I
rough.
had my oldest son in 1990. He was 4 months old, and I
Oh,
started with the city until 20 to 2011 because then my second child was 2.
okay.
And so, yeah, at the end of
Yeah,
9, yeah,
okay.
then when 9/11, what 20, yeah, what's that, 2011? Yeah,
So you have 2
90, no,
yeah,
2001. That was two, yeah. So 9/11 happened when? I knew it was we was coming into the
2000
job,
2001.
and yeah, 2001. And then
Mhm.
we was like, what's going on? And they was all like in the mayor's office on the
Mhm.
TV. They was like, they plane hit the Twin Towers. Then it was like a half hour. We said, what? And so everybody was standing at the TV in the mayor's office because I worked in the law
Mm.
department. And then next thing you know, a little while after, and then I'm freaking out, like, oh my God, my children, the babysitter, like, what's going on? Because then it hit the what was the Pentagon or whatever they had hit next. And so we was like,
Yes,
what's going
yes.
on? So
Yeah.
we was shook because it
Yeah.
happened with a government.
Ooh,
So we in a government agency in City Hall. So we didn't
yes.
know what was going. We didn't know what was gonna happen. What was happening. So that was a crazy day.
Yes, it was oh god, beyond rough. I don't that's
Hmm.
understatement. I mean, just whew, I mean, just,
Yeah.
imagining, family, loved ones
Right.
and family members. I mean, just it was just devastation all
The
around.
Twin
So
Towers come. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
They
yeah,
suffer until to this day dealing with
yes,
that and the losses and the
absolutely.
health issues. It was a lot came out of
Absolutely.
that.
Yes, it really was. But I'm
Hmm.
glad that you were able to, be a survivor through that and, be able to kind of work through that because I know it's a lot to process. It was a whole lot to
Hmm.
process because you're in the thick of it. So it's a lot to process.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I tip my hat off to you on that one. Yeah. So okay. So so you maintain employment. You maintain steady employment. That's one thing about the city and the state. These government jobs are very very steady. They're very secure.
Oh
That's one thing
yeah. I
about it.
was
Very
one to
secure.
always focus on. That
Yeah.
was my mom, like stability with
Yeah.
working. And we had this
Mhm.
conversation at work recently, like how Gen X, like how we like a different breed. We
Mhm.
know totally. I
Yeah.
mean, there's always with the millennials and Gen Zs, it's good things in both, but there's a big, big difference because they not so much on the stability and the pension and social security. Like how we did then. We wanted a job. That's what our parents pounded us on. We wasn't
Yes.
as adventurous to take as much chances as that level of stability that we still
Yes.
get
You have to
now
stay
and
safe.
maintaining where
Yes.
we are not
Yes.
found out. They do whatever. What forget that. I'm
Yes.
here for the moment type,
Yes.
we be like, listen, I gotta think about the future. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
You better get
Yes.
that job and get you some.
Yeah, because exactly.
And
Yeah,
that's what was embedded in me. Yeah.
you can't afford to take certain risks, you
You
gotta
can't
play it
afford
safe for a
those risks.
while.
And then then
Yeah.
I wasn't as much as a risk taker then when children started coming to into the
Yes.
program because now you like,
Mhm.
I ain't just think about myself no more. So you really gotta stay grounded.
Yeah, but get into that. It's good to get into your family, Kathy,
Right.
because I wanna get you have 2 children altogether, or children?
3.
3. Okay, and they all with your high school sweetheart? Your husband?
Huh?
Ex-husband? They all with your high was your ex-husband your high school sweetheart?
Oh, no, no, no. No,
Oh,
that
okay.
that was someone else,
Oh,
my
okay.
oldest. My 2 youngest
Okay.
was from my
Okay.
ex-husband, right.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for the clarification. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And
Yep.
so, but give us, because before the divorce, there was you did start a family, and there was some good times. There were a time where you did fall in love. I mean, you can't,
Mhm.
you can't regret that. You fell in love, and it was good, and then it was not so good at times. So, can you tell me more about your family life? How you,
Um,
whatever you want to
oh,
share.
yeah, yeah. So, getting into that, like I told you when I, came into the Nation of Islam, And then, you
When
know,
was
it's
that?
very much on family.
When was that?
It's the Nation of Islam.
When did you go into Nation of Islam?
Right.
What
And,
when?
huh?
When did
Oh,
you go?
and 1994.
And that was and why did you decide to do that?
It was always because I grew up in the church.
Oh, you grew up in a church. Okay.
That, oh yeah, you know,
Uh,
my mom's side is a Methodist,
okay.
then Baptist, so always had that you know, grounded, you know, always still trying to search for
Mm,
faith, you know, and that connection. And sometimes, you know, maybe we take a different route long as we get to that same destination type thing. That's why I hate a lot of times we have so much division when it comes to relation. It's
Yes.
your personal relationship with
Yes.
God. Stop making so much.
Mhm.
Find the
Yes.
likeliness in the similarities, because the main thing is that we have that foundation with him. But
Absolutely.
so I had that, you know, um with the church, and you know, that love for that. But then I was still searching for something else, like missing. Sometimes we get in church and, you know, the yelling and the shouting and we the
Yes. The whooping and
music and all
hollering.
that is great. But then I come back like still trying to figure out that scripture. I wanted to dig more into that word in the
Yes.
Bible. And you would
Mhm.
never think,
Yes.
um one thing that I had learned when I had first visited on a mosque is that I was learning more about scripture and those in the Bible with more clarity and Jesus than I did when I was in the
When you
church.
was growing up. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Now,
Mhm.
and some masjids, I guess, you know, in Sunni Islam or what have you, it may be different. There may be a lot of focus in the Quran. We did focus on the Quran, but we're also with the Bible. Because
Right.
I know one thing, Mr. Farrakhan, he grew up in the church, so he still, you know,
Yes.
that
Yes, he
love.
did.
He
Yes,
bedded
he
it
did.
ground, yeah,
Mhm.
on how he grew up, and his mom and his family were back in Boston, and so we heard a lot about Jesus. And I and
Mhm.
class with the sisters, you know, really getting into the women of the Bible, and so really breaking down more of what I wanted to understand in church, and it brought more of a light to me, and I'm like, then
So
it
why did
settled in
okay.
my spirit and it made sense for me. And that and learning more on me as a woman, learning the Bible, learning, you know, how not the spooky part of
Yes.
spirituality, but
Yes.
making that connection with God where you making him flesh within you. Because you can live with the devil in you, you can live with God where you
Mm,
keep your head in the
mm.
clouds if you want to. But he made us in his likeness and image, and we have to realize that within ourselves. And when we do that, it's very empowering because that light is coming from directly with him. You
So why
see
did
that, and so I got a lot of that and my strength and my knowledge, and really Black people as a whole, and knowing our
mhm.
value and how great we are in God's eyes, the history and just all of that. So that was a good foundation for me. And as I, you know, grew and helped my people and in the community, um, that really forever grateful for that
Absolutely.
foundation and what, you know, those teachings had done. And this all that, and that's in the mosque. That's how I met my husband, because we very on family, and you know, but then at the same time as you go on, a lot of times we look at ideal things. Like I saw him working in the community, he paid charity, he ain't cheap, you know, charity is half your faith, you know, the same thing with the tithes in the church. So you look at those key things, but then as I look back on it, I see how those things are great, but then a lot of things with compatibility was missing. But the more you get to learn you start to realize the person that's better for you. And he was younger than me, but at that time, I'm thinking about, you know, okay, marriage is something that we stand on as a foundation. But you know, that marriage and faith, you know, is it that helps to build community.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
sometimes certain things we may overlook that you may have seen, but you still be like, well, if I got this, you know, you think about being equally yoked, but then over time you realize, was we really? Yeah, maybe in faith and as we doing a lot of the same things, but as a person, as you as an individual, don't lose out on, because we always say accept your own and be yourself, but then what is yourself outside of your faith, outside who did God make you to be? And as time went on and we got divorced, and you know, he wound up like with an ex of his or whatever, I'm like, I'm
Mm,
happy for him, because
mm.
now you see who he served his purpose with giving me two beautiful children. but
Right.
still was, and as far as compatibility and being that person that I really needed for me, that wasn't him.
Right.
And sometimes it takes years. We say married with 9 years, and over time, it's hard because divorce is almost like a death,
It is. It
and you
is.
have a level of guilt and everything. You'd be like, well, why? Maybe if I had did things different, maybe it could have worked. But then you look at stuff like, no, that just wasn't the one. Um, and I learned more about me, and what I tolerate, what I don't, what's
Yes.
more for me, the kind of man
Mhm.
that I would want better.
Yes.
Even though I was 29 when I had got married, but still, that ain't old.
Right. You
That
grown.
ain't
You
that
grown.
ain't
Right.
enough. You got so much
Mhm.
more wisdom later on. You thinking you grown, but you still ain't really ain't really
I
grown.
mean, grown enough to know better.
You
Grown enough
grown
to know better.
enough,
Yeah.
but you
Mhm.
still
Yeah,
have
you
yet
do.
to discover about
Right. But
yourself.
I get what you're saying. So was it
And
amicable?
after I got divorced, it's
Was it
almost
amicable?
like I got a reviving.
Yes. Because it was
After the sadness of it all, it felt like I was back to not so much, because sometimes you could get so much into your partner and mate that you lose yourself in that marriage. And a
yes.
lot of things on how I was, and a go-getter and a leadership in certain things and certain positions, I trickled that down so he can shine.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then after I
Mhm.
divorced, I felt like I came back
The
into
weight off. It
myself
was the weight
again.
off.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Was so
and then I felt good. And I said, now I just got to readjust my life in this new, now single mom or what have you.
mhm.
He moved away to Houston and, remarried. He got three children. And yeah. So that's
So
life. We're two.
was right. No, that's true. So was
No.
divorce amicable?
Huh? Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
We
okay,
learned
good.
after it took some time, after a while, let the bitterness or whatever subside. But after a while, you like let that whatever harsh feelings
Yeah,
go. And we
absolutely.
we cool. Hmm.
So was co-parenting good for y'all too at the time? Was co-parenting
It
good?
Noah had his struggles because
Mm,
he wasn't, I don't feel he was there like he should once, because it was like a
mm.
quick thing after divorce. It was immediate. Well, really it wasn't quite divorce, not total yet, before he wound up getting to
Yes.
something. See, the one thing
Right,
with men, they
right.
seem like they can't stay single or by themselves. And
Mhm.
it's like he ain't had none of that time. It's like from one to boom and went on. And then you start building something with someone else, you kind of forget the family that you had. It was like that. And I think there's been some struggles that our children had went through because of that they kept within themselves, like as they grow up, especially with my son, that there was a need for that. um I didn't remarry after that. I was like, good, because my focus was on me for a long time. Now I'm just starting to get into where I can have something that wasn't my focus, and my heart just wasn't in that. And I'm not gonna
And
try to
that's
get into
okay.
something
That's fine.
if I'm not feeling it, because it was so many things I
Mhm.
wanted to do, and I didn't want no hindrance from
That's
nobody
right.
else to
That's
block that.
right.
So as I get older now, I would like to have someone
So
in
you
my
are open
life and
to
get
it.
established. And then sometimes, because one thing I realized was that I was so much, that's probably partly my fault, that they didn't have as close enough a relationship as often with the father, because after that divorce, it was like, okay, you got somebody else, you about to have another child or whatever. Now my children is all I have. And I didn't even want them to go to Houston, because I'm like, oh my God, that fear set in. Like, they go over there and they not treated right. What if she don't do her right? And even if
Mm.
he wanted them to come for summers, I was like, no. I kept
Yes.
saying like, no.
Oh,
They get older now. I didn't care, but I'm like, they can't speak. What if they don't speak up for
right,
themselves like
right.
that when they
Yeah,
were young?
yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do. What if he tries to keep them? I had all of
I
these
know, I
things
get it.
going
I
through. Yeah,
totally get
all of
it.
these fears. And I was like holding on, because now they became like everything. This is all I have now
Right.
is my children. But as looking back on it, I'm like, that was probably kind of a detriment. I shouldn't have done that out of my own fear and let them
Yes.
build that relationship with their
Mhm.
dad. I mean, I can't do anything about that now, but they're free to deal with that. My son, not so much. My daughter finally went out there for the first time
Oh, okay. So
recently, yeah, and
how did they
stayed out
adjust
there with him and the
overall?
family for, so,
Yeah,
huh?
'cause I know it was an adjustment for them as well. So how they
Yeah.
adjust overall to all of this?
Because there was a period in the beginning, like for a while, that he wasn't even like, I don't, he explained to me once, like his own guilt and stuff, instead of, not doing what he should more by right by them that he removed himself like altogether because of his own feeling inadequacies or whatever.
Mm.
And he said he know he shouldn't, but then they started, talking to him or whatever on their own, communicating him by phone or whatever. But they, because of the distance, they never flew out, went out there to see him until, they got the opportunity. They can do that now. But my daughter just felt like going recently to visit. Phones and conversations was fine, but he would come because he's a personal trainer. He would come and
Mm.
see them over the years, and visit, because he would just come to see family and stuff with his work. If he trained or something in New York, he would come by and spend time. They would go out and do things. So he would come visit. But it was the first time that she went out to Houston where he lives.
And how was that?
But yeah, so that
How
was good. Yeah, she had a
how was
good
that
time.
experience?
She's
You
staying
had a
with
good
her
time?
siblings, and she got a sister. So it was good that, because her younger sister liked having her big sister around and doing
Yeah,
things. And
that's
they
great.
got to see
That's
the
great.
horses, which she wanted to see. So yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So she had a good time.
okay, that's good. I'm glad that happened. So I'm
Yeah,
glad that,
I
you
was
know
happy for that for her.
right. Okay, so that's good. So I'm glad that, you have a successful blended family. So
Hmm.
that's what counts there. So thank you
Yeah,
for sharing that experience. And that's what I'm saying. It goes to show that you can have a healthy blended family without you feeling like you have to be stuck
yeah,
with the
yeah.
kids, or you
Right,
doing this
right. You
for the
get the
kids,
emotions out of
or
stuff. You get
you don't want to be
old
alone.
residual
So you
pain.
just start, yeah,
Yeah,
you don't want to,
you
you
let
don't have
some of
to do
that
that.
go, and you
Yes,
can do it. Just
right.
respect and understanding, and
Hmm.
a good conversation. You can, it can
Right.
work.
And you the happiest as you can be. So hey, it works out
Right,
for everyone.
right. I'm content. I'm good. You don't stay
Yeah,
in nothing that's not
yeah.
serving you.
Yes.
You better
Mhm.
off, like they say, you could do bad all by
All by
yourself.
yourself, exactly.
That's the
So,
truth.
there you have it. So, yes,
There
I
you
wanna
have
get
it.
yeah, so I wanna get more into, so you're saying that you have a stable job with the government, you have
Hmm.
your family life,
Hmm.
you got divorced, you have to co-parent, so everything is
Right.
flowing, you started to discover, yourself again.
Hmm.
You kind of you ricochet back to you, so
Right.
that's a good thing. So what happened next for Kathy?
Um, so
Did
just working, started, a
yeah,
travel
mhm.
business once my
The
son
travel
got out of
business,
school.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, mhm,
And, learned about that, getting that going, helping
mhm,
others start a home-based travel business. That was fun because I said that's something I want to be able to do more of, see more of this world.
yes,
And that, that was something fun that, I enjoyed. I still have it. I'm not booking as much. I still have my business going, but I'm not doing it as much because I have more of a focus
you
on
have
my
your things
acting
going
now.
on, right,
But
right,
yeah, so because it really, that income helped me to get my son through college for 4 years. So it had me do that. I thank you. I
mhm,
prayed to help do him. That was 5 years because this was all during COVID. Now, my
mm,
son was graduating
okay,
from college during COVID started, and my daughter was graduating from high school. Both of them, she was still upset 'cause she never got a senior prom.
mm,
So that had happened. That really, my son, they was going to just do a virtual thing like hers, but then they wound up splitting the days and opening it up to certain majors. And so he wound up having a live graduation. They just had to split the time up so the
oh,
crowd won't be as
wow,
big, and it was
yeah,
outdoors.
yeah.
But he got to at least walk and do that. But yeah, and so
So, Kathy,
that was a focus, and
yes,
that was, yeah, working and my travel business and just getting them
well,
through
let me
school.
ask
My
you that,
daughter did like a year of massage therapy school. College wasn't for her.
nice,
She didn't want to do that. So
I
I
hear you,
helped
I hear
her
that,
get
I hear
through.
that,
Yeah.
mhm,
And so
um,
yeah, now she's working in the state too.
good, okay,
And yeah.
okay. So let me oh, I want to ask you more about the travel business because I always want to dive into like when someone is, comes here as a business owner, I really want to get, a little bit more into just clip because I know it's a lot, it's a lot of grind that comes with it, but just
Mhm.
kind of give, the audience, like some tips on how to get started in that business. Can you do
Okay.
that?
Yeah, well, I started with Evolution Travel.
Okay.
One of the founder of that company was with another company that I had started with, and then he had left and started his own business. And so I came on board with him because I knew him from there, loved his personality, his work ethic, young brother out of Vegas. And so yeah, so we started, and it's basically, you get somebody to sign up, under you, like, because it's part network marketing, part your travel business. So it was like, you start your own home-based travel business, you get it, you get your website, you get affiliated with all the different travel vendors, hotels, like anything you would do, like when you go to book your own travel.
Right,
But now
right.
you have an option to make commission from what you book for others. So now you have a network with hotels, resorts, different travel platforms. You have all of your travel credentials, whether you doing this from home. So it saves on a whole lot of overhead instead of opening a brick and
True,
mortar. You
true.
doing this from home now, and you have your launch your site with a monthly fee to maintain that, which isn't bad because you ain't paying rent, light, doing all these certifications. Everything is already set up because Evolution partnered with Archer Travel. Archer Travel has been out of home, based out of California. They've been doing this since 1952. So they've been established since 1950s. So grounded in this industry that they, you can't ask for a better company to partner with because they know all the ins and outs of the business. So Evolution basically helps to bring the people in, and then you can earn that residual from, of course, that team building side, but then you have the travel side and you get your commission through Archer. And then, so you have best of both worlds, that you can have two options of earning money, and on your own time, on your own schedule. You take it serious. You don't take it so serious, you won't make as much money, but then you also get an opportunity to save on your own travel. You like to
Right,
travel, you can
right.
get discounts. Like I'm certified with like Marriott, so I have my travel rate with Marriott hotels, those fam rates. Then you can sign up with different cruise ships and take their tests and earn certifications from different hotels, from all the different cruise lines, and then you get travel agent rates with those cruise lines. So it's different ways that you can continue learning and educating yourself. Even there's different countries, like Africa has companies where they have training for them. You can learn all about Kenya or learn different parts of Africa, get a certification from that, and help you to grow. Jamaica has certification from Jamaica, different islands. And then that way I, be offered fam trips. And when I book clients to that, I can go to Jamaica's website and put in all my bookings. And then when fam trips come up, like I did one, probably this was pre-COVID, earned a fam trip. They reimbursed me on my airline ticket, like
Mm,
$350 on my
okay.
airline ticket.
Wow.
And then the trip was like, all expense paid. I was like for about 4 or 5 days, and I had to go and research different resorts throughout Jamaica, like Zoetree. Got to try Sandals, 2 resorts, one in
Mm,
Ocho Rios, one in Montego Bay. And you get to learn, take pictures. I did videos, and it helps promote your business, let people know more about Jamaica, more about what these resorts have to offer, because a lot of these locations depend on travel agents to help bring business and have people come out to their areas. And so that's why they do these fam trips, so travel agents can come out and bring this information back to their clients and experience everything that these resorts have to offer. So it's a great educational process that I really learned a lot about different destinations, and a way to earn money. And like I said, from hard work and, from both sides of the business,
mhm.
I was able to earn that extra money because my son got some student loans and grants, but it was still a
Yes.
balance. Every semester
Right.
I was paying
Yes.
like,
Yes.
$4,000 or $5,000 or whatever that I had to pay that semester
Mm,
out of pocket.
yes.
So what I was getting coming in and residual income and travel commissions was helping me every month to make those payments.
Oh,
And
that's
so I was
amazing.
like, that was a blessing in and of itself. So,
Yeah,
I'm grateful for my business for
that's
that. Even
great.
if I don't make as much now because I'm not focused
Right,
on
you're
it
not
as much,
right.
it truly served that purpose when I
And for
needed
that
it.
time, yeah,
When
of
he was in
course.
yeah,
So let me
definitely.
ask you, Kathy, so,
Mhm.
because that type of business is so competitive, so,
It
like,
is.
can you tell us, how were you able to, I know, like, of course, your family and your circles are gonna support you, but how did you build your clientele to the point where you're
It was
able to make it look good?
yeah.
Because, it's very competitive
A lot
because, like,
of
let me, but just I'm sorry. So I
mhm,
wanted to just find out also, how did you build your clientele? Because, you don't profit right away, so
mm-mm.
how did you build your clientele, and what make since it's so competitive, what would make your business stand out from others?
Right. Well, one of the things is you like knowing who you have like in your circle. Like a lot, I started off with friends and family,
Right, right.
co-workers. Some joined my team. which that residual income, like I said, that was coming in every month, paid for college for those 4 years. So other business owners that I had under me, a lot of travel agents, because yeah, the travel part, you can book and book, but then not till after the trip that you actually get paid, unless you want to add a service fee, like because I was given, put service fee for what I was doing, because a lot of times you're doing these you get a booking, a client will come out, and say that they want a trip X, Y, and Z, and that's a lot of time, because you're researching different properties, you're researching different vendors. So I would add, a service fee, and that would help you, for those that I'm booking for, because you put in all that research and then they decide not to book, at least you made something. And so that's really up to you. A lot of agents, I realize from having different trainings with other agents from, worldwide, from different companies, they put a lot of significant, especially those who are, significant amount of money in service fees. And I'm like, what? Y'all charge all that for booking? And then you have I have a service fee of $25, $30 for my time. Sometimes people have a problem with paying that. People paying, on the other hand, $250, $400 for their time. And why should I feel guilty? Because you got to know your worth, and you got to let them understand.
You're not working for free.
It just ain't nothing for free. And if you serious about this trip, then you're going to pay it, because time is money.
Yes, right.
So you got to respect the value of your business. And so I would just promote. I would do my own marketing with my own flyers. I would put out stuff, create, go in different groups throughout social media and promote. A lot of friends that I had on Facebook would contact me, more strangers than friends and family. Y'all hear me? If y'all start anything, you're going to get more support.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
From strangers.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You ain't getting nothing from family.
Absolutely.
You could forget those who you known for 20, 30 years. They're supposed to be your friend.
You better say a lot of people in the back. You better let them know.
You will get more from strangers than friends you have for 20 plus years that claim they're your friend. Will not book one thing. And they be going places.
They do.
Y'all be traveling. You see them. They ain't come to you one time to book one hotel, one trip, no nothing. I don't know if they take you for a joke, but I mean, this was since 2016. So it'll be going on 10 years. And you still, you would think, I don't know what that is. I don't know. But that, and everybody that says that has been in business, I've heard a lot of, people out there that's leaders and speakers and motivational speakers and all that. They say the same thing. You are not, because it's painful to you when friends and family don't support you. But when you in business, and you got to understand, you start to build up when people start to see you serious about what you do and your level of professionalism, because you always want to keep that and let people know, from the time they do their trip, after, I will give them a gift and send them thank you for your business, a letter, all that. Keep that, nice, so you could, and those same people would, be recurring and come back to you. So it's how you handle your people too,
absolutely,
and how you do things. Because sometimes we don't succeed in our business because of it's our fault. how we treat them. Sometimes we want something for nothing, and we just not doing our customers right. You may want to overcharge and you not giving them much of a good service, and they wind up going elsewhere. But it's how you treat people to the best of your ability. But don't feel bad when those who you closest to don't support, because
they don't support.
I'm sure Mr. McDonald's and KFC and all them family members wasn't be going to get their chicken and burgers.
I barely get support from my family friends, here on YouTube.
I'm like, come on, like, what,
I was just talking about this, Kathy. I was just talking about one of my videos. I was just talking about this. A little support won't.
Don't even subscribe. I know all the people that I got on Facebook. How many followers? Maybe I need to put it out more. It got like 15,000 followers on Facebook. That has done more. Now, if y'all see our YouTube channel, and what I got a little over 1,000. What all of y'all at? Don't come over here. Just subscribe.
Right. Thank you.
Just subscribe. I'm not asking for nothing, no money, no nothing. It's like people are like that, and it's like I, have great relationships with those who I just met through social media. Shared a lot of likenesses, and my new friend right here, Faith. And it is, and we show more camaraderie and get along, and that's just life. And that's why you can't get stuck on the people from yesterday. Everybody in your journey in your life may not go to the next phase of your life.
True.
And a
True.
lot of times we so
Mhm.
stuck because we can't leave those people from back there. Oh, I known them since what we came. That's not growth.
Yeah, that's
They
nice.
may not take you to your
They're there
next
for
chapter of your
yeah,
life.
people in your life for a reason and for a season. Yeah,
You and
yeah.
that's why a lot of friends
Mhm,
that's gone, and I may have been hurt from some who I felt should not have
mhm.
wasn't with me like they should have through a
Right.
lot of phases in my life. The support and love I should have had from some sisters that I thought, and it still bothers me. But I'm like, you know what? That's life. Maybe they not meant for me for this journey. Whatever the next phase of my life is, I'll get meet those people that I need to do. You can't be so bogged down with the same people that you knew forever, because they ain't gonna always be there for
In their
you like
life.
you need them to.
Right.
They not.
And that's okay. They don't, and
And that's
it doesn't
okay.
have to, right. It doesn't have to be any hard feelings at all either. It doesn't have
Yeah,
to be any
yeah.
animosity. It's just
It
that
hurt in the
sometimes,
beginning, but I learned
right.
to
In the beginning,
get
right.
past that.
Of course.
Right.
But your journey doesn't always have to align with anybody with that other
No,
person. It doesn't.
you
And
might
that's
got to do
fine.
a lot of things I do
Yeah.
now solo. I've learned to
Yeah.
learn love my own company, to
Yes.
do a
Yes.
lot of things alone,
Mhm.
and pray for those right people to come
Mhm.
into my life. And like I was saying, when I came into acting and I found out about the Newark International Film Festival, because I wasn't looking
Yes, get
before.
into the acting. Yes, get us to
Oh,
start.
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Perfect.
I
It
didn't
was
want to be
perfect
off your
segue.
topic.
No, perfect segue. No, into
When
acting. Yes.
I didn't when I decided to do it, it was because I made up my mind and God saw I was serious. And so I said, if it's meant to be, it'll align with what he wants from me, and things are open. That's why I'm
Mhm.
like, I gotta be on the right track, because it was always in my heart all this time. He was waiting for me to be for whatever he put in me. When you ready, I'm here for you. That's what God. Sometimes he just be
Yes,
like,
yes.
you
You
ain't
gotta
ready
trust the
right now, so
process.
I'm not
Trust the
working no
process.
magic on
Yeah.
you.
Trust the
I'm,
process. Mhm.
because you have it ain't
Mhm.
nothing like a made up mind, and that's when I started seeing things. So I told you in Newark all this time
Mhm.
how I didn't know for 8 years it was a film festival with actors and stuff. I
Wow.
started finding out. I said, let me register. I started looking, and then I said, oh my God, I'm gonna go. So then I started seeing the flyers and stuff, and mind you, it was so crazy because I'm like, I registered. Now the brother, oh God, what's the brother name? On P Valley, he played Big L. Omari. He
Big
he
L.
was one of the workshop. He was running a workshop at the festival. Didn't know he lived in Newark. And I'm watching P Valley like, huh? You from my area? You from my area?
Yep.
Tobias Trevelyan. He been in so many movies. He
Oh,
played in
okay,
Empire.
okay.
He played,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
he played
Yeah, I'm
in The
trying to get
Best
him on
Man, the
too.
series on
Yeah.
Peacock.
Yes,
He
I'm
was
trying
the
to get him
interest
on
of
too.
Sanaa.
Tobias. Yeah, can you help me out, Kathy? Can you help me out? Get me Tobias on here.
I'll
Yes,
get Tobias
yes.
on there. I'll tell him.
Yeah, please let him know. Let him know. Like I'm trying to get him on here too.
Okay, yes, he was there running a
Yeah.
workshop, and now
Okay.
he's one of my acting coaches in
Yes, I
Newark.
see that. I tagged him on this too. I
Oh,
tagged him
you
on
tagged
the
him?
I tagged
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
beautiful, down to earth,
Mhm.
brother. I could not believe the people that, and then Wendy McKenzie is an acting coach. She worked with Notori Norton. They friends with helped her when she got on the Biggie movie. She helped her
Okay.
through that.
Okay.
Tracy Moore and Joe Morton, Papa Pope from Scandal.
Yes.
They
Yes.
worked in
Love them.
Inside the Black Box, which was on Crackle. Crackle done fell. But they
Yeah,
had a
never
series.
seen
They
that.
trying to network back and try to build and see if they pick up another air. But she did 2 seasons of that, Tracy, and they had a workshop. And now she's another one of my acting coaches. And so her and Joe Morton did that show together. And it's like God opened these doors. And I'm like, introduce me in front of these people who know people and can help me with my career. And what I'm like, where was this before? And then I started going on Instagram, and this is why I met more actors and directors from that festival. Had the movies network, found them and started following them on IG. Then I know when different movies coming on to try to audition, just learning and growing every step of the way. And it just opened doors along with my backstage account and applying for things and trying not to be in my head saying, I'm still new to this. Like less than 3 years, I'm still new into this, but the doors that have opened and the people that I have met in that short amount of time, and I'm
Mhm.
still growing. I'm like, I'm so grateful. Sometimes I just like be in tears and in awe that little old me has just discovered certain things and certain movies I was in, whether it was a background role. I'm taught regard your value, even if you background don't have no words. Background actors are so important.
Oh,
If
yes,
any
they
one of
are.
them are out
They
there
are.
listening, they cannot have a movie without background actors.
True,
The one
true,
that's on
absolutely.
Idris Elba, House of Dynamite, that's on Netflix right now. I was in that. I'm in the crowd
Oh,
somewhere in the back. I met Idris Elba. I almost fell out. I said,
I could imagine. I could imagine.
he's in front of my face. Are you serious? I almost lost it.
You
I got to
fanned
meet
out.
David
Yeah.
Levy for a movie coming out on Netflix. He's Eugene Levy's son.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy. I know he's so funny.
Yeah.
His son, David
Yes.
Levy, is in a new picture. Oh Lord, why is it on the tip of my tongue? Start with an M. It's coming out next year. Him and the lady who is playing his mother used to be on old Roseanne's show. Forgot her real name. She played Roseanne's sister. She on there.
Okay. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
was it
her
Nick
and him.
Castle?
Yeah,
Nick
they play
Castle?
mother and son. So I played a
Okay.
news reporter on that as a background role. But it's so
okay.
many. Yeah, I did a Law and Order episode, came out maybe about a month ago. I was in that as a juror out there. It was just so. Yeah, it's just been a joy doing some of these
wonderful.
things. I said I'm waiting, Wayne. If you hear me, I would do anything to get out of the country,
yes.
Wayne.
Thank you for bringing that up. So talk about like what made you decide to do Country Wayne reviews.
Oh my God. I know, like the ones you mentioned, like you said, O'Neal, I first saw Dante reviews and then Auntie Riri and all that. And it was like, I said, what do because I would come on and review, I would do hair and makeup, beauty content.
Okay.
I was doing, I would talk about certain shows like Sisters and Zatima, ones that I like. But I was like, when I saw these channels, I was like, oh my God. And I would be commenting, it's hilarious. I followed Wayne for over 10 years since he came from Facebook.
Wow.
And came over on YouTube. I remember when Bro and Mike and Amber, it was just them. And they all came on with Wayne. And then they started bringing other ones and D and Ty. And all of them started coming on board. I know from day one. And it had Shayla and all of them. And I'm like seeing how everybody evolved and grew in that channel. And I'm like, I don't watch nothing as faithfully. And I'm talking in my sleep from the time I opened.
We be looking like me.
I am so hooked. It don't make no sense.
Me too. I mean, we be as much I try to be frustrated with the storyline sometimes.
I know. Here I go. I'm sick of y'all. I'm not watching this no more until y'all do it. And here I go.
There you go. Exactly. That's me too.
And I found out on now the Thanksgiving. Before Thanksgiving, I found out I was talking to my mother. I don't know what I was talking about in the car. Mommy was like, I'm cracking up here on Facebook. And she mentioned somebody. I said, Mom, I know you're not talking about Country Wayne skit. She came across it on Facebook, started talking about Crazy Shayla, la, la, la. I said, Mom.
Oh, she hooked.
Now I got somebody to talk to about Mom. I got hooked. I said, Mom, let me take you back. Because you ain't been watching as long as me. I was like, Mom. So my mother was like, girl, it's so good. It's so good. I'm hooked every day with that phone. I said, Mom, I've been following Wayne for years.
Yes.
I said, so I was like, I need to talk about these skits too because they bring me so much emotion.
Yes. You can't
good, bad, indifferent. It teach you about stuff. It give you stuff to talk about.
It lies parallel with us. You know, it's art.
It do.
Art imitating life. It's a
art imitating life.
I'm so passionate about it because you have a lot of people be like, "Why y'all taking this so seriously? It's entertainment, but we can talk about it. It's relatable, and
it's relatable.
You know, it's out there for us to talk about.
It's great, yeah.
Soap operas, you know, we watched soap operas back in the day. We used to
that's it
on the screen. We used to be
that's like, it. That little 3.5 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
what with the next one? I go crazy. So then I started that, and I know if any of my followers on here, I'm sorry, they ain't seen me like a month do any reviews.
Oh yeah,
I had been sick. Yeah, it's been like a month because I had 2 weeks. I had bronchitis and a cold.
Oh no,
the first.
That's horrible.
The first 2 weeks, yeah, they had like me out. I was like out for like a week. And then I had to get ready because I was doing a movie in Detroit.
Okay, gotcha.
So I was like, oh my God. Then I was looking up, is bronchitis being on an airplane? Is it gonna make me worse? Because I know it's still not out of my system. I was nervous, but I tried to get it together.
Yeah.
for that flight because I had to go to Detroit. So that messed up another week. I didn't really get no content. Then after that, I was dealing with some family stuff. Then I was like, so it's been, so yeah, I got to get back by this weekend or something. They thought I probably fell off the earth for my content, but it was just so much stuff that was going on that I didn't get to review anything, but I've been on it.
Yeah, but sometimes you need a break from certain things, so that's fine too. But let me ask you, Kathy, because I want us to get into this because you talked about how it's okay to move on from a relationship and not be stuck in a marriage, and you talked about divorce and stuff. So let me ask you, Kathy.
Okay.
Since we're talking about the Country Wayne skits,
right?
What advice? Can you please tell me what advice would you give Amber right now? But let me give the audience a little bit of backstory because you may not be aware. I don't even know where to start with this chick. Okay.
Y'all do my shirt so apparently dramatic. Look, apparently dramatic. Look, that's me. I can get so dramatic. My daughter always be like, "Ma, you so dramatic." So I had to get a t-shirt to say it. That's me. I'm an actress. I'm dramatic.
You're actress, exactly. So so let me just kind of give a little backstory. Okay, so Amber and Sheila were best friends. Amber had previously was messing with Country Wayne during the time that she and Anthony were engaged. Throughout their engagement, she and Amber and Wayne were messing around with each other, and she promised that she was going to be this doting wife, faithful wife after she got married. But in the meantime, she could not, for some reason, she could not get away from Wayne, and Sheila was trying to tell her not to continue this affair, whatever. So, but she was still loyal to Sheila nonetheless. She was still loyal to Sheila, even though Sheila behind her back was very conniving. She's trying on her wedding dress. She's fantasizing about Anthony and all this good stuff. But but they were still, close knit, even though they were, freaking, but they was freaking sneaking, still, right? So there was a moment where they all was gathered around. It was Anthony, Amber, Sheila, Anthony's best friend, Dalen. They were all hanging out and they got drunk. And in a moment of intoxication, Sheila took advantage of that. Sheila used that opportunity to sleep with Anthony. And Anthony woke up, didn't know what happened, didn't know what was going on, and it was oblivious that time, only that time, because after that, he was a willing participant in his affair with Amber after he and Amber got married.
Right.
After he and Amber got married. So he kept this affair on, right sound of sound, mind, and body. Right.
Right.
Of sound mind. They kept this thing going behind Amber's back, and Amber continued to be loyal to Sheila. She got pregnant with Anthony. Amber was the child's godmother, mind you.
Right.
Right. So all this was going on. And Amber even took, they started going to church together.
Girl.
And all this was going on. And he even used Dalen as a lap dog, had Dalen going to the girls' trip in California, trying to make sure that everything is,
crazy.
Keeping everything a secret. And so what happened was they what happened was that this person at the lake house, Anthony had a lake house that he
Miss Michelle.
Yes, Miss Michelle. Anthony owned a lake house somewhere. And so Michelle didn't like what was going on. Even Anthony threatened her job. If she revealed his secret. But she just, I don't know, she just couldn't keep that juice in. She was like, look, as a woman, I can't let this go. I cannot let this thing go. Let me call Amber, let her know what's going on. So she called Amber and told Amber, you go to that lake house. You got to go.
You better come now.
You better go now. And Amber, being naive that she is, poor thing, bless her heart. And I don't like to use that. And I don't like to use the word naive sometimes because that's the proper way of saying dumb. And she's not dumb. She's just trusting. She's just really overly trusting. She doesn't have a sense of discernment. So she's just not getting it. She's not, putting two together.
Right.
Go get your butt to that lake house.
Right.
So
she's like, huh? But little David, right, was in her hand.
Go ahead.
Go with the baby.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yes.
Remember? Yeah. She told Kay. Then she said, now. And she knew she was just sitting there. She was like, now. And then she said, okay, her cousin Kay was there. What Kay at today? She was like, Kay, I need you to watch little David for me.
Yes. Yeah, David is Amber Anthony's adopted son, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about. Oh, I'm sorry, David. I forgot
Yeah,
all
poor
about you. I'm
thing. Yeah, she
sorry.
lost him on
Yeah.
account of him.
Yes, she lost because, and mind you, Amber and Sheila was pregnant around the same time. Unfortunately, Amber had a miscarriage.
She
and,
had a miscarriage from the stress of them.
Yes, and Sheila ended up having that baby, having Kai.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but she had also had David. They ended up adopted David after that miscarriage. I'm sorry, I forgot to bring that. I'm sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much. It's so much to this.
It was a lot that happened. We waited for a long time. We waited for like 2 years of this mess.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep them abreast to what's going on.
Yeah.
So, right. So Amber followed Miss Michelle's advice and went up to her lake house. And when she saw Sheila and Anthony snuggled up together and
knocked out in that bed.
Woo!
Knocked out in bed, child.
They were real comfortable too. They was just,
real comfortable.
Sleeping so well. No conscious, no whatsoever. No, just sleeping so well.
They had a worry in the world.
Yeah. But once Amber, she screamed and was just going crazy when she saw them in bed together. And
she leaped.
Yeah, she leaped.
She leaped on that bed. Girl, she opened up that door to see your best friend and your husband.
Yes. And so she gave Sheila a black eye, pulled her hair, and all that stuff. And her snake mother, Angelina, had the nerve to press charges against Amber, and that's what led up to.
And then Anthony had the nerve to hold her back and tell Shayla to go. You stood more, and I say this to this day, his feelings were for Shayla. Hold Shayla back and to save her while you holding Amber, like she ain't got a right to feel that way.
Yeah, exactly. And he got the nerve to try to run from her, like she's chasing her with her car, He's running through the woods.
He was so scared.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep. And so he ended up staying with Dalen at first, right? He stayed
with Dalen. Then Priori, right? Then went to Priori, right?
Priori with her dingbat behind, but that's a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah. And so so they were separated for a while. He and Sheila was, co-parents doing whatever they were doing. And so it was a time when they had counseling. They had they call themselves having counseling with this quack doctor. I don't know where they got that from. But the divorce was in motion at one point. They were divorced. There was lawyers involved and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they were supposed to be just dealing with the counseling to get through, to be more amicable, whatever, with each other.
And I was proud of Amber for that, because she was 10 toes down. Like she was moving forward. She was evolving,
Right. She was doing real good spiritually. She was getting herself back to herself.
What happened, Kathy? What happened? Because
he gave us some salmon and some waffles with some whipped cream on it. Someone probably tired whipped cream. I'm like, whipped cream breakfast and an old dry salmon dinner was enough to pivot you, Amber. This man ain't had to earn nothing to get you back. Right, you did not let this man earn you back at all.
No work done. No work
whatsoever. All he do is smooth talk this girl, throw her some compliments and some money, and shuts her right down.
That's it.
And the moment that he went, and I knew this was gonna happen, when he went, when Shayla was still and figured out that he stayed the night at Amber House. And that scene was the best scene of the
Yes, she popped up there.
She popped up when Anthony was over there. This ain't no business. You said you was over here for business. This ain't no business. What you doing over here? What, huh? I mean, what you doing making all this noise, Shayla? Huh? Why are you making all this noise? And then I'm here with my wife. And so when Amber heard that was all she needed to hear, was that confrontation that he loved her and I'm with my wife in front of Shayla's face, was enough for her to say, forget everything he ever did for me and get this man back. Listen, that don't mean squat to me.
Tell him. And so now that we got, now we got that out the way, now we's able to keep y'all abreast to the whole storyline. Back to you, Kathy. What advice would you give Amber at this point, given what you gone through with marriage, divorce, co-parenting, please counsel Amber.
Amber, darling.
Yes.
Amber Ty, sweetheart. You claim you got God in your life, child. But you need to know God wants best for you. And what you need to do. What happened?
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry.
What you need to do is love yourself more than you love Anthony, if that's the case. Now, one of the things you need to understand is that you feel bad for what you did with Wayne. We went through problems with you with Wayne. We really did. We had an issue with you. We got on you just as hard for what you was doing to Anthony. It wasn't right. So we whooped you just like we doing Shayla and Anthony. Same crap. But now you have passed that. Anthony claimed he forgave you. You repented. You resolved that. Once you go through your atonement process, that's it. You good. You can't keep beating yourself down for that. You already repented with God. You forgave. And Anthony, he forgave you. Move on. You still got that in the back of your head. I think that you feel that you deserve all of this because of what you did with Wayne. That's done. You need to let a man earn you and know your value. You did not let that man go through no blood, sweat, and tears to earn you back for all that he did to you. You have lost your child over the stress. He mistreated you so bad when you was pregnant that you wound up losing your baby. He was acting like he didn't want you. Let's not forget that. He was because why? He was with Shayla, girl. He was with Shayla. He had that. He didn't want you. Then you got little David. Because he wasn't there for you like he should, he didn't care because he had Kai. You wound up getting David taken away from you because you got to a fight because of this woman who was your best friend who betrayed you. This is ultimate betrayal. There was no getting back to him. I don't think that you do not need Anthony like that. I think Amber is so bent on the idea of marriage, the lifestyle that she's living. She thinks she can't get another man like Anthony because Anthony will let you feel like he the best thing since sliced bread.
And he's
but Joker, no, you ain't.
He believes that.
People can have you. I don't care about your money. I don't care about your money, Anthony. You need to realize you are not all that. Your money does not make you. The value Amber needs to show in herself is that not a few nice words and a meal. That's not more what you worth. Amber needs to have a little bit more. We talked about self-love and care. She don't love herself enough or think she's worthy enough to this day
I think
to choose her. And Coca said it in this last one, if you remember. She said, what would make you, would you go back to him? You still love him? I could love you. But I had to love myself more because what is it doing to you? You still dealing with BS from Anthony. He cannot be trusted.
Yes, I was hoping that would resonate with her, what Coco was saying. I was really hoping.
It went over her head.
Kathy, that's the thing. I'm glad you said it because Anthony is slowly trying to break her down to make her believe that is no one like him. Because he said that to Priori.
He always say that.
Like, what?
You ain't gonna find nobody like me because he truly believed that. He is so vain as a narcissist that he really thinks you can't do no better than me. He said the same thing to Shayla. And at the end of the day, and what he's doing, like the one thing that she had to stand on was that bar 44. And when she did that, I said, don't you dare take that one thing you got that made you said it helped you through what you was going through because you had that. He pulled that away. He wants her to be so self-sufficient on him because of his low self-esteem
on him,
and inadequacy that his money and business makes him feel like he's up here. And he have to reduce you to feel like he is your savior.
Yes.
Above God and above anything else. She should have kept her business because at the end of the day, you need your own to build on. But that's what you say. I'm glad you said that. He is slowly breaking her down to total sufficiency on him and a babysitter for Kai.
He's abusive.
That's abuse.
He's abusive.
She don't even realize that. He'll mentally abuse you. And the minute she start getting on anything, the bank account, then she tried to tell him about herself the other day. what he just talked about, how you felt about with Shayla and all this. And I'm like, no, deep down inside, he happy Shayla ain't with her mom.
Yes.
I'm not surprised if he don't cross the line or whatever with her.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
He seems to have more respect for Shayla than he do Amber. He do. And I'm like, you gonna learn the hard way. Amber still ain't learned because this joker gonna do her in again. She
Yeah.
cannot stay. And he gonna finally show her one day that he not worth the bottom of her her
She's
pinky
she wants
toenail
to learn the hard way.
until he get himself together, because he will redirect. Because remember when she mentioned in the conversation
Yeah,
where
he
they was
always
coming
do that.
from,
Yes.
and she brought up, oh, I don't trust you, Andy, because you won't even let me know your bank account information. Look on his face.
Collarbone.
He swung that conversation back around and changed his attitude. The collarbone, and he'll talk about her collarbone. Oh, you so beautiful and sexy, like he did today. Oh, look at your back rear end. You
Yeah,
must be
what-
working out.
what you
Oh,
got going
and
on
change that subject off of Shayla. All he got to do is compliment you.
Mm,
Do $10,000 out her for a Chanel
Yes.
bag, and that a whole joint bank account was out the door. You
Out
a
the
fool,
door.
Amber. Stop
Don't
being
worry
a fool
about
for
that
this man.
Twitter account. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
Stop being a fool for this man.
Stop it. Stop. I don't know what it is, Kathy. She don't believe fat meat greasy.
She don't believe it. That's why I said something else is gonna happen. Something else is gonna. I hate to say it, Amber, for you to get hurt again, but something else. You still don't get it.
At all.
He gonna have to. He
Yeah.
gonna have to do something crazy again. And I don't know if
I don't know what
it's
else.
gonna be Shayla again.
Damn.
Might be. Might be, because I'm not certain that bridge is totally crossed with her. That he won't cross the line with her.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not
No,
surprised.
I won't be surprised. He got a soft spot for Shayla. I'm sorry.
I don't know what it is. Like, why? Like,
He do, but Wayne said it once before too. He said, oh, when they had the business, he said, Shayla, one thing about her, she don't care. She is ruthless. I like her that for business. And he said, oh, she's serious when it comes to business. He was comparing her to Amber. And when Wayne was telling her the difference between her and Amber to stop working at that studio, you could see the admiration in his face. He liked ruthlessness like that, because that's him. That same ugliness, because Shayla would chew him up and spit him out. And he will walk with his tail between his legs. Whatever. He don't give her too much fire, but he'll come with the heat. He'll come with the heat and shut Amber down in a minute.
Yes.
And she'll sit up there and suck right back down.
Yes.
I'm like, he don't got no respect for you and love like you do Shayla. I'm sorry.
But Shayla will just emasculate him. And
Shayla will emasculate him and he'll eat it right up.
Yes.
I said, you love that. You love that craziness.
I'm like,
he loved men, and some men like that. They like crazy. They don't want sweet. They love crazy. How many men out there with crazy women? And they will go back and eat that up.
Yes, yes.
But some people love crazy. Well, Anthony, one of them.
They do. I guess
they do.
It seem like they say, I think they have the best sex or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they say too. And wow, you know, she put the maid thing. And what did Amber tell him not too long ago? I'm not your maid.
Yes.
And he didn't want that, because he want the maid. He missed the maid.
Yes. He wants that.
He missed that. He missed that. He is yeah. She too sweet. She too sweet, nice. Succumb to him too easy. And Shayla tell him in a minute, I know you. You up to something. She know him. And Shayla know Anthony better than Amber know Anthony.
True.
And that short time, she has learned him since being with him. I said, you don't know your husband at all.
No, they belong. That's why he and Sheila are so compatible.
They so compatible. Amber don't know Anthony at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You see how we see how passionate we are about this? You see?
They have us in a chokehold, Wayne.
I said, y'all need to get
Wayne, bring me in as Natasha's sister, cousin, roll, long lost cousin or something. Put me into my girls, Ro and Natasha, because that's another storyline.
Yeah, you better get in there. You better get on in there. But get acting. I want to put your acting to a test, Kathy. Yeah, so I need for you. Are you on your phone or on a computer?
I'm on the phone.
Oh, okay. Because what I wanted you to do, because I'm looking to the back chat. I wanted you to pull up something. I don't know if you're able to do it.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. All right. No, it's all right. That's all right.
Okay.
Because I was gonna play like a little acting scene with you. But I forgot to ask you before. I'm sorry. I forgot to ask you before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Because that's all right. Because what we're gonna do, we're gonna play a little bit of this or that.
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
Yeah, so we're gonna play a little bit this or that, where I'm gonna bring up two things, random, no particular order, no particular thing, and you're gonna tell me what you choose, one or the other, and you got to choose one, not both. Don't plead the fifth. You know.
So what is it? Which one I like out of each?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Mhm.
Bring it on.
Cantaloupe or watermelon?
Watermelon. I've gotten more into watermelon past couple. I think honeydew I would have said better
Okay, okay.
than cantaloupe. But yeah, I go with the
Oh,
watermelon.
okay, got you, got you. Okay. All right. So acting or travel agent.
Acting.
Okay. And so okay, now I'm gonna really get you now. I'm gonna get you. Wayne or Tobias Truvon. Truvon, listen, Truvon.
Oh God.
What's his
Who
name?
I would want? Oh God.
Yeah, who you want? Who would you want?
Yeah. Oh God. Tobias married, but if he wasn't married,
He's married.
Tobias, I pick
Okay.
you. Wayne got too much stuff going on.
All right. All right. Now, Tubi or Netflix?
Mm. Mm. I love both for two different reasons.
For different reasons, I know.
Oh. I'm gonna say Tubi because I may watch Netflix a little, maybe a little more, or maybe a little bit neck and neck. But I like how it gives independent filmmakers a platform more so to put out their content. It's
Right.
stuff that we know that's A-list
Mhm.
movies on there as well. Because I tell people all the time, I said Tubi, listen, don't be sleeping on
Yeah.
Tubi. I said after a while, I said
Yeah.
Tubi got stuff on like old pictures I ain't seen, like Roots and a lot of
Yes.
stuff I ain't seen way back
Yes.
when. A lot of old black
Yes.
exploitation
Mhm.
movies. I said they got a lot of old stuff, and they got current, and they got independent films you may not see
Yes.
anywhere else that
Anywhere
gives
else.
them a platform
Exactly.
to be for their
Yes.
stuff to be
I say
seen.
that all the
So
time.
I
I say
like
that.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you helping
Mhm.
them to promote their work, even though some is better than others. But I watch some great
Yes.
movies
Right.
independent
Yes.
on Tubi, and a lot of movies who have A-list actors in it. That's on
Yes.
Tubi, and maybe some
Yes.
stuff that you haven't noticed. But I've been
Heavyweight.
introduced to a lot of variety of films I wouldn't see anywhere else. So yeah,
I might look for one right now after I talk with you. I'm about to. I'm about to look. I'm about to
because I gotta see the ball. You know our girl Dom, Married to a Baller.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw
The
that.
first one. I gotta finish
Okay,
part
watched
2.
both of them.
Yeah.
I watched both of them already.
I
Yes.
didn't finish.
Yes.
I didn't finish part 2.
Yes.
Our boy, yeah, it's who else I see? D is in
Yes. Yes.
the A, the dirty A.
Dirty A.
The
Yeah.
dirty A, yeah. So
Yeah.
we get so
Mhm.
much. Our girl Erica, we get a lot of our Country Wayne people, and I was
Ernestine
shocked
Beyond
to
the Gates.
see Nadia.
Ernestine Beyond the Gates.
Ernestine Beyond the Gates.
Mhm.
Nadia
Mhm.
is in Married to a Baller too.
Yes, she is. Yes, she
I
is.
was like,
Yeah.
Nadia.
All right, back to our game. Back to our game.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. See, you made me lose it. Oh goodness, I had it. Oh, okay. Living Color or Mad TV.
Oh, in Living Color.
And,
In Living Color.
Viola Davis or Angela Bassett.
Oh God.
I know.
Now that was dirty.
I know.
But going with my girl Angela.
Okay. I totally noted.
Oh,
Yeah. Huh? I'm sorry.
that was hard. No, I was just
Yeah,
you had to do that to me.
I know. I want to give you some good ones. I'm trying because I want to make sure I get.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah. Okay. Oatmeal or cream of wheat?
Cream of wheat.
Okay. Now, cabbage or collard greens?
Cabbage.
Okay. You said that real quick.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, so I want to give up because I'm trying to get another belt. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Because I'm trying to look for like another belter. I'm trying to look for someone that could compare to this person. So I'm trying. I have to really dig deep into this one. I'm gonna give a good comparison to. Okay. And I want you to be honest I want you to be honest here.
Okay.
Janet Jackson or Madonna?
Oh, Janet. I was a diehard to this day. Janet, like from Penny to Charlene on Different Strokes to Cleo on Fame.
Okay.
To, I mean, all her movements. I had did my first weave
Oh
that
my
I did to
God.
my hair, like
With
Pleasure
the Bob
Principle,
Principle. That's
with
my
the blunt
favorite
cut
video.
and straight. And
That's my
had the
favorite
same.
video
I
of
was
all
like, the
time.
Pleasure
You see?
Principle, Principle. You can
Yes,
tell me nothing.
that
I
is
followed
yes.
Janet like, oh my God. I went to a concert in Newark. Well, in the spring or early summer, me and my daughter, I dressed up like with the braids and the hat,
Not the Dookie braids.
like Poetic
Poetic
Justice.
Justice. Oh
I
Lord.
had that look.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
there's a lot of people.
love her
Yeah,
down.
and me too. I like Janet, but people see Madonna. I know people may not like Madonna when but Madonna is a true legend. And
Oh,
they really
Madonna's a
already
legend.
her
I
and
did
Janet.
the whole the bow
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
and the
her and
thing off the
Janet.
shoulders and the lace gloves. Oh, I
Yeah,
was a
her and
big
Janet go
Madonna
hand in
fan too back
hand.
in the day.
I do believe.
Holiday.
Hey,
It would be so nice holiday.
yeah, yeah.
You
See,
can, I
okay.
love Madonna
Yeah, that's
down.
what I'm saying. But like I said, a lot of people kind of like I think they've forgotten her.
They forgot how big she
They've
was. Oh,
forgotten
but
how
she was
she
huge.
was.
I
I
tried to
mean,
tell my daughter
yeah.
Madonna was big.
Yes, I mean,
Well, that was my
if
high
you
school
love
days.
Janet and
Yeah,
Madonna is like, they go neck and neck to me. I mean, that's just my
they
thing.
really are.
If
Oh,
they
they
were to do,
legends.
I'm telling you, Kathy, if they
Legends.
were,
That was
if they,
that was hard. I had to give it up for my girl
yeah, yeah, I
because
know,
I followed her for so long from when
right?
she was young, and I had to look at the span of when I started watching her, and that's what it is. But as far as legendary, oh yeah, we gotta give Madonna her
Yes,
props.
if they were to do like another versus, I would want that. I would love to have a Janet versus Madonna
Oh,
versus. I would love
oh,
that to happen.
oh, that would be a
Okay.
good one.
Yes.
Would they hold
Yes. I mean,
yeah,
come
would
on now.
they discography would they would
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
they would
So,
kill it.
I
That was good
know.
because even like with the
Mhm.
dance and stuff and the energy of their music, oh, that would be a good duo
I know. That's what I'm
for
saying.
verses. That would be a good one.
But I know. I'm telling you, let's make that happen. Swiss piece of Timberland, make that happen. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So Shirley Murdoch or Betty Wright?
Oh, oh,
That's what I wanted to add.
ah,
I wanted to try to find some.
wow.
Yeah.
Betty Wright. Oh God, yeah, that's a good one. I might say Betty Wright.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So now, yep. Now, Hezekiah Walker or Marvin Sapp?
Oh, oh. Let me say Marvin.
Okay.
Mm.
Weaves or wigs?
Weaves or wigs? Yeah, yeah, wigs. I can
Yeah,
transfer quick.
yeah, thank you, Captain.
I'm
Thank you,
always
Captain.
changing like a
Good
chameleon.
job.
I
Yes.
love different looks
You
and
reinvent yourself. Yeah, you reinvent yourself.
versatile.
Yeah,
I love wigs.
absolutely. But thank you so much. You play well. Thank you. Thank you. Right, yeah. So now I want to ask these two final questions before we wrap
Okay.
up because I always end with this because I enjoy the answers that I get. So now, if you were able to have 5 people at the seat of your table, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
5 people at my table,
Mhm.
dead or alive. Mm. Minister Farrakhan for wisdom and guidance, that spiritual side. Tupac, who I loved.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Oh, Whitney Houston.
Mhm. Why?
Um,
Why?
2 more.
But why? Why Whitney?
Oh, Whitney, Jersey girl, talented. Sit down and talk about just a lot of stuff she went through, like from her mouth, conflicts. I know she had struggles with drugs, but she was more than just that. Some people want to ridicule that, whatever, but she did so much great work just coming up, dealing with that in the industry.
True.
Yeah, just hearing more of her in those battles and just did she maneuver, what some of those highs and lows were for her. So just hearing that from her and just growing up like she did in my not the same areas
Yes.
and stuff.
Makes sense.
Um oh Cicely Tyson.
Mm, good one.
Yeah. legendary and actress, just, you know, coming up in a time where she was serious about her craft. She worked, she great roles, but she always kept that class. She always um never um her level of respect. She never, took anything that made her other than herself.
Yes.
And the raw roles that she had coming up, that in and of itself takes a lot of courage. But it just, I just respect that. And Felicia Rashad, she living. But I
Mm.
say the same thing with her. She's
Mhm.
she's becoming more versatile in some of her roles. I don't know if you've seen
Oh, yes. Dario.
Detroit Diary,
Yes, yes. I can't
Detroit
wait to
Diary. I'm
check
like,
that out.
yo, you getting the
Yes,
thug off, Felicia?
yes. I was like, Claire Huxtable cussing and
Claire
stuff. Oh my
Huxtable
lord.
turned
Yes,
into
she turned.
what?
She was
I
turned.
was
Yes,
like, and to be at
yes,
that age and come with that with a role like that when you get older, I want to talk to her about acting.
yes.
When
Let's
she
do it
was
like
young, but then doing that as older and in a
yes, yes.
competitive field. When I got in later in life, now she transitioned from young to older, still in there, but still competing,
Right,
still getting
right.
these roles and navigating through this industry. How does she still do it and maintain that class and confidence and be able to still compete? And what is that mindset like?
Good, good. That's good stuff. I like.
Yeah.
Now, who would get the big piece? Who would get the big piece of chicken and why?
Big piece of chicken. I get that to the minister.
Oh, yeah, get it to okay. Yeah.
I'm telling you, big piece of chicken, girl. That's funny. You hear them stories with like children be like, "Oh, the preacher
Yeah,
came
piece
and
of
took
chicken,
the
right?
big chicken, and I ain't getting nothing. Or I got this little piece."
Yeah.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I think
That's
everybody be
good.
all right with
Yeah,
that.
I like that. I like that. So now this question right here, I love this the response that I get from this as well. So this question
Mm-hmm.
is taken from the late James Lipton from Inside
Mm,
the Studio. So
mm-hmm.
Kathy Yvette, when you enter into the pearly gates, what would you want God to say?
Mm, mm.
Take your time with it.
Through I'm proud that through all your highs and lows in life, and what could have knocked you down, you never forgot me, and you trusted that I would get you through.
Amen.
And I'm proud of you for that.
Amen. Amen. And we're proud too. Yes.
Hey,
Thank
I
you so
tried. I
much.
tried.
Yes, absolutely. So, Kathy, before you leave us, I mean, tell us like what you got going on right now. Give us
Oh,
your final words.
I'm out here grinding, y'all. I always want to give hope and positivity to anyone, knowing that regardless of what you're going through, just keep God first. No, He hasn't forgotten you, even though sometimes it feels like He has. He has. He hasn't. Keep praying and keep believing in you first and foremost. Because if you don't believe in yourself and what you want to do, don't expect nobody else to do it. Don't expect anyone else to do it. You have to believe and love in yourself and know that there's nothing you can't do without the Most High, because He is going to do it. There are times when I didn't, almost out for the count, didn't know how I was gonna get through, and bam, like that, I'm like, oh, you didn't forget me, Lord. Thank you. I'm
Absolutely.
always thanking
Yes.
Him, because you don't know what He knows. So just trust in
Right.
Him.
Right.
That's it. Just trust in Him. I'm out here grinding, I got some projects that I did that should come out in 2026. Marvel's Daredevil. I play a reporter in that. It's a Disney Plus
Oh,
movie.
okay.
Daredevil, I didn't know before I got into that, but we filmed for like 5 days. So hopefully I get some good coverage. Um, I was in a few scenes with that. So hopefully, it wasn't speaking roles, those were background roles, but I had
That's
like
all
good
right.
camera coverage and a
Mhm.
few scenes. So look out for Daredevil. It should come around March of 2026. What was oh God, I told you about the movie with David Levy, but look up David Levy in his Netflix movie. I
What is
know
it?
I don't
What's
know
it
why it
called?
escapes me right now. It's like a
Oh,
one
okay.
word,
Oh,
starts with an F,
wow. Oh,
but
it'll come
blame
to
it
you
on my
afterwards.
brain fog for menopause, y'all. I'm sorry. That'll come that'll come out next year. I have a movie that I just did in Detroit. Should come out in 2026. I can't wait for the premiere. That's called Bound by Fire. That's with Yeah, that director Marshall Taylor, great cast. Fifth oh god, Fifth Floor Studios. That yeah, production group, but definitely you'll see Bound by Fire. Great, it's a great story. It's juicy, has a lot of drama in it, so
Got it.
that should be
Okay.
out next year. I'm still, what else I'm waiting? What else am I waiting in? It's something that we supposed to redo, this Christmas movie that I had did, that's supposed to be redone. And I'm still out here trying to audition and come up with some more stuff, and hopefully some more
Okay.
reviews of Country Wayne and some other things.
Yes.
But
Yes.
your sister out here trying to make it happen and make a
Mhm.
dream come true.
There you go. And there you have it. I'm trying to find the right. There it is. There it is. Boom. There it is. Yeah. So thank you so much. This is
Thank you
Kathy Yvette,
so
ladies and
much that you
gentlemen. Thank
thought
you so
enough of
much.
me. I'm so humbled. I got a new
Me
friend
too.
and Faith. Thank you, sis. Stay in touch. I love you. I
Yes,
love your
of
spirit.
course.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
thinking of
thank
me.
you. Oh, yeah, of course. And I
And
always will. Mhm.
much success in all
Thank
you
you
do.
so much. I really do appreciate that. That means a lot. Really does.
I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I love seeing us win.
Yes, me too. Me too. All right. But give it up for Kathy Yvette once again,
Yay! Love
y'all.
you
I
all.
love you
Peace.
too. My peace. That's Kathy Yvette, y'all. Thank y'all. Thank us so much. We had a great time, over 2 hours, and I didn't realize it. We had so much fun up in here. So I hope that you enjoyed yourselves as well. Whether you came through in the live, those who came into the chat, those who's watching in the bushes, those who are going to watch it a replay later on. I just appreciate all of the support and love I've been getting so far. I know that I would like to have a little bit more support, but I'm grateful for what I have right now, and that's a blessing for me. But yes, the next interview, and because I know I skipped Kathy Yvette when I made the announcement the last time of who I was going to interview next, but it will be Layla Lynn on the 10th, on Wednesday the 10th at 6 p.m. It will be Layla Lynn, who is an OG content creator, big time content creator. So I'm really honored that she making the time. She's also marketing genius, entrepreneur. She's all the things, all the other things. So I'm looking forward to her coming on my platform this coming Wednesday. So I hope that you be here as well. And so I really thank you guys for coming through for me. I appreciate that. So if you don't hear from me from now until that interview, have a good one. Mhm.